Hi.
It's live. What's up?
Oh no, we don't have.
We're not back. Are we live?
No, we are
not
back. It's just. Oh no,
We gotta
30
have
took a
something.
second to come up. That was weird.
Why would you
Okay.
send us to the place if we weren't ready for the place, Foos?
We were ready. It was just for some reason Dirty took like a few seconds to show up, and I was panicking. But he's there. We're good.
Who's hit me with a
I'm
fake
late,
out?
I'm late for everything. It's all right.
That was
I did. I'm sorry.
digital stutter step. Thank you for.
I regret it. I'm sorry, sir.
No,
We're
it's
ready.
okay.
Five.
We're kind of back. Means we're live. It's Friday. We're out here at some Alkenstars. I'll do a recap in a little bit, but I am going to introduce my lovely cast. Dirty, you're the man of the hour, if you don't mind introducing yourself.
Hi, I'm Dirty. I run the Dirty Rollers RPG here on Twitch. I run currently the Wild Beyond the Witchlight at 7 p.m. Eastern every Wednesday night. We're coming up towards the end of it though, so we have, I don't know, maybe 6 or I don't know. I'm terrible. I don't know how Nenners is like figuring out how many sessions of this we have left, because it would seem like 2. Or you're just forced to, like, you guys have 2, get everything done in 2. That's the only way I could tell. I have no idea how long we have left, but we're in the last half of the Witchlight.
I have so many points too.
Yes, it's been awesome. They're put to great use. And then we'll soon have Pathfinder Adventure running, Season of Ghosts, and I'm super looking forward to that. That'll be every other Monday.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Season of Ghosts. That sounds dope.
Nice
We
little
gonna pass
Asian
it
theme
off to?
tour. Yeah, we'll go over to my confounding comrade Osneth over there. We'll go to Lee.
Thank you, Dirty. Hi, I'm Lee. I'm from Dice Lore, and I am here playing Osneth, the Sylph Alchemist, who I originally introduced as a hopeful nihilist, but the more I play him, the more I realize that he feels that existence is not a linear trajectory, but an amorphous convolution of causality and coincidence. So that's me. Joe?
Hi. I'm Joe, and I'm not other places. I pretend I have a Twitch. It's at Microcosmic God. Sometimes I do stuff, but mostly I'm here and doing Pathfinder right now. And this is Merrick. He's a hidden face. You don't know. Merrick is a mystery and an enigma, and an edgelord, but only because I'm presenting the edgelord, and it's fun. It's fun. It's bad, but it's fun. Yeah. Other than that, I'm here tomorrow. We're here for tomorrow's Echoes of Ruin. It happened last week, and it is all up and running, and we're back tomorrow, and it's gonna be awesome. And allegedly, we're gonna be back to play Baldur's Gate 3, but I don't have high hopes. That was said to me, and then hasn't been followed up on. And mostly, I said that to get Foos to make that face. And Foos, you should say that.
Joe, I'm gonna have to ask you to do something for me if you don't mind. All right?
What's that?
Can you move your camera a little bit? I don't know why. I feel like you haven't moved it, but your nameplate is right over your forehead. you gotta move it up. If you look on stream, it's just straight across. Yes, that's fine. Okay, thank you. But also, stop talking shit. I'm trying. All right. Look, I'd love to play.
Listen, you're busy people with busy lives, and that's okay.
But anyway, I'm Foos. I'm playing Kuzad today. And yeah, I may or may not be getting something that may or may not help my magic situation, because there's always been almost always 2 out of 3 were Greece, I believe. So, we'll see if maybe that'll slow down a little bit or whatever happens. But yeah, we're planning on an ambush of sorts. How to get onto a moving train, which I'm sure will be fine. Yes, Lube Druid, correct. Anyway, yeah, excited. And then tomorrow, Echoes of Ruin, episode 2, which we ended on a cliffhanger, so I'm already excited to jump back in that bitch. But this triumphant music, and also me being at the end of me speaking, means that it's Dennis' turn to talk, and your hair looks pink, so go forward, Dennis.
My hair looks pink. Oh, the lighting.
Yeah, the lighting.
I was
Yeah.
like,
Your hair looks
what are
pink.
you talking? Let me fix that. I can't.
Just thought about
You don't
what
want
your
pink hair?
wanted poster would look like if it said Lube Druid. Would it be someone they're going after, or is it a like Craigslist ad that they're looking for a Lube Druid?
No. I think people would get confused, be like, is she for hire, or am I supposed to catch her? Like,
Is this a bounty or is she a mechanic? I don't know.
I can't tell. Oh god. All right. So previously on X-Men, we this lovely team had finally had somewhat arduous journey to the home base that involved a renegade wheel, which they were all somewhat involved in getting back in some way and reattaching, helping their gnomish driver to get this like 100-pound plus wagon wheel reattached. The goblin showed some impressive athleticism by dragging it halfway across the damn desert from whence it rolled. But after that, and running into a mysterious cache as part of the removal of the wheel, they were able to kind of safely get to the rebel base that is located not too far outside of Alkenstar, but is in the remnants of a crashed train, an earlier attempt at railway commerce, I guess, back in Alkenstar's earlier days, which has been converted into kind of like a haphazard base that they're using it for. But you were given a chance to rest. You were kind of brought up to speed a little bit in terms of what was happening in regards to like what these people are potentially up to. You had some of those weapons, two of the weapons identified. Let me give you those. If I can find where I was. You gotta bear with me. I am super new to this Foundry stuff. So I have them. I just have to
And
figure
we're
out.
all new to Pathfinder, so everything runs very smoothly.
Configure
learning.
ownership.
I
I'm
don't
gonna
want to tell anyone you're not new, but I do also want to say this is episode 6.
Joe. All right. In theory, you should all be owners of the two weapons, Disparity and Polarity. Let me know if you see that. in your
Yeah, I saw
inventory.
Disparity first, and then Polarity popped up.
Okay,
Should
perfect.
that be where am I looking for that?
Should be in your inventory, I think.
Should be on the items tab. So if you look at like where your character sheets are, actors at the like very top, the one right next to that should be items, and you should see the two of them.
Nice.
Not in
So-
my inventory. It's just here. I see.
So just again, due to me being new to this, there's a real good chance I may have fucked up the numbers. So if you shoot someone and it does like 10 million damage, we'll have to work on that.
Hell yeah! No, okay.
I don't think it's gonna do that, but I think potentially. So anyway, those are the weapons that you have had identified. After that, you guys took a rest. You're in the process of getting.
Dirty's mic is doing something weird. Hold on. Dirty, you're fine. Carry on. I got it.
Okay.
It's video being rude to you again.
Video is quite rude. In addition to that, you guys were in the process of collecting information and kind of scouting out areas for hijacking a train, which is what these guys are doing. They're kind of building up. They're about to ship out a bunch of people and materials for what seems like some kind of like, as I described it, a node. It's kind of like a remote node base, potentially some element of this Unity entity being built outside of the Alkenstar region for hopes of accelerating their plans. So the idea here is that you take out the train and a good chunk of their resources, that plan is going to be dashed. So you all very thankfully decided to sign up for mission 2 and take out the train. There is some potential complications because there are some victims potentially on this train, so you can't just blow it up wantonly. But blowing it up seems to be very much on the table because there are some materials that can't reach their destination. So offloading tons of material from a moving train is probably out of the question. Destroying it makes more sense. I think that covers, most of it. I can't think if I'm missing anything else. No, I think that's it. So I've been blabbing for quite a bit, but I believe we ended with you guys coming back to the main base to either rest, I think, because everything is more or less happening tomorrow. So you guys left in the
Were
you
we
still got
playing
most of the
Monsters and
day.
Goblins?
Yeah. Well, that's in the city proper. You're still outside the city.
Okay, so that was like for the next
yeah.
day kind of thing, or?
No, it's for today. I got my timeline wrong.
Okay.
It's probably like closer
Okay,
to
okay.
like 11 a.m. ish.
Okay,
today.
okay.
So
Gotcha.
that makes more sense. But yes, it's around 11 a.m. You're back at the base. Phoebe is still out getting you guys, I believe, that almanac of the magic stuff for you. And there's something else she was looking at. But you guys have some contacts in the city if you want to go there. Other than that, it's your playground.
Yeah, I think we had notes of all the potential targets.
Yes, you had notes for potential targets. You're not sure, obviously who's been there, but you do have. I think there was a plan to potentially set someone up to get kidnapped or follow somebody who was about to get kidnapped, something to that effect. But yes, there's notes of them.
Goblin logic.
Yes, exactly. Well, pre-kidnapped the kidnapper.
Oh god, who's offloaded the sick plan of her turning into a praying mantis and holding onto an explosive so she could slide in the pocket of one of the people about to get captured.
I want to see it. Is it like a mantis-sized stick of dynamite, though?
Well, the idea is that she can transform back into herself and then have her bags and everything available, but
just explode out of this person's pocket.
Yep. Yeah. Pardon me. I need to just get out of here and
It's just a firecracker.
Which is also great because I'm pretty sure I'll have like one extra hit point for like the praying mantis. So if something goes wrong and they like sit on me, and there's just a woman. Popped out of
Yeah,
the
but
pocket.
when you turned into a praying mantis, you will have been lubed up. So if they sit on you, you'll just shoot out.
God damn it. It's only a minute. Oh no. I have to double check all the other things I could turn into because I only remember me saying praying mantis. That's
bear?
The wrong one.
You can turn into a bear.
Yeah,
Well,
bear
yeah,
was...
I was trying to look at the small things that I could turn into. Where is it? Excuse me as I look through my things. I have so many shifts. Sorry.
We ended last episode being able to see our base map.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. My bad.
It's super
Correct.
cool.
it is.
Did you like it?
It's nice.
Did not realize you guys had to be on the maps to see see where this.
We're
I
live
was like-
manners, it's okay.
I think it was up for like an hour and a half. You guys were just looking at darkness. God. Whoops.
We're using our brain theater.
Yeah.
It is what the game
We
is
got
about.
that. Okay. Pest form. God, I have to click through 600 things to find it. Okay. Sorry. Oh, it doesn't really list. Okay, I'm a tiny animal, so I can be a cat, insect, lizard, or a rat. I get to decide. Yeah. All right. Well,
Yeah,
I can't make
all of
strikes,
those
so
work.
I can't do damage as an insect. Amazing. My stealth and acrobatics get plus 10s. My athletics gets a -4. Which is, my athletics is pretty good, so I'm still stronger than the average person, I think. All right, anyway. I can turn into a bug. If needed.
Confirmed. Okay.
The lubed muscle druid that can turn into a bug.
I'm gonna be a bug with biceps.
Bugceps.
Won't be weird at all.
Bugs.
Bugceps. Oh no. Anyway, do we want to head into town and look at one of the contacts? And do we want to talk to any of them, or were we just trying to?
I think we were
Just
headed
going
to Goblin Town so we can talk to the people who work at the Trainyard.
Yeah, that's what it was. The Trainyard folk.
Let's just watch them get nabbed.
We're just gonna sit in the bushes and watch.
All right. Okay, so we are going into the now. You guys have access still to to Cassius, and the cart, if you want to take that back, or I think only 2 of you are mounted. One of you can turn into something crazy. You could walk in.
Well, we borrowed
if you
horses
want.
from them.
Yeah.
Can we borrow
You still have
horses?
the horses.
Can we,
That's correct.
yeah,
you can use
can we
the horses
continue
if you
using
want.
this?
Definitely.
Great.
Absolutely. Okay, so you guys are gonna make it on horseback to Alkenstar.
Yes, please.
Okay, got it.
Also, did we want to decide? I assume the druid doesn't want to use one of these pistols. I forget what you guys.
You're muted, Foos.
I'm good, thank you.
I see, you made a face. I don't know about Tob and Osnith and whether they're using.
Well,
I mean,
I
Osnith has put it to good effect already.
I did use one already. Yeah, that's true. Did
I
somebody say something to us about having to be disguised as we go around?
It has
Something
been
mentioned
floated
it's a good
because
idea.
you had a very loud evening. So, yeah, being disguised probably isn't a bad idea, especially if you're going through the main gates.
Merrick, do you have any interest in dual wielding these weapons?
That's an insane decision.
Well, that's an easy decision.
Realistically, someone should take one simply because the cheese of this character is that whatever gun I have in one hand, the other gun gets to copy all of its runes.
Ah,
Nice.
So basically, my normal gun becomes one of these ridiculous guns if I'm holding it.
Oh, cool.
I just gotta switch around that other item. So as dope as it would be to shoot fire and lightning, I can make the most out of it by taking just one.
Well, I suppose it makes the most sense for me to carry the other one then.
Do they both need to recharge?
that
Only one of
wasn't
these says
thankful.
anything about recharging.
I'm sorry, say it again. You guys were talking at the same time. I missed it.
my bad.
No, you're good. You're good. It happens.
You go.
Joe, repeat yourself.
Okay, fine.
Somebody
I'll repeat
repeat.
myself. One of these guns says you have to recharge it. The other one says nothing of the sort. I assume it is affected the same way because it doesn't.
They should both say that they have an action to cool down that doesn't require a charge. The only thing you have to do
Well, one says
is...
you can shoot it 4 times before cooling it down. The other one just says it's shaped like a rapier with a pistol down the length of the blade. Because I assume you started with an original weapon and then
What?
copied over some stuff. So
Let's
one
see
of
the
them didn't get the description. I'm just making sure that the description.
No, thank you. I appreciate you. This is not me being mad at you. This is like, why is that saying that? Because on... All right, so I'm in the description. Disparity is correct.
No, it's not.
Polarity is correct. What?
Polarity disparity is the one that just doesn't say all that detail.
Okay, let me copy this over one more time and see what happens. Maybe this is just like a server sync thing. That's very interesting. Thank you, Joe. Appreciate you.
I'm assuming
Also, I'm
it's-
not sure what you guys could see either, because I had it so that it was identified, so you guys should be able to see everything for it, and I don't know if that works or not.
Yeah, under the description, yeah. Oh, there it goes. It just updated.
Yep.
This sky
Okay.
metal pistol fires out gouts of flame. Cool. Okay.
Okay.
Which
Sam,
one is the one that I
This is
used previously?
insane.
You used the
Oh, there we go.
electric one, so that would be polarity.
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 Just gotta redrag it from the thing. Okay. Now it's updated. Cool.
All right. Awesome. No, appreciate that. Thank you. I'm just learning phase.
Mm-hmm.
We ride. All right. So we had disguise kits. You guys are deciding what's up with the guns. And
Oh, yeah, Derry, I accidentally talked at the same time as you. I don't want your thing to get lost in the shuffle.
Well, it was dumb. I was just saying, like, he's got Old Faithful, and he pats his ridiculous-looking goblin weapon.
You were just playing the game. That's good.
No, and Tob looked like the horrific halfling before, so I don't think he has to worry about going back in incognito. I think he can just not look like a horrendous halfling, and he might be all right.
yeah, I think so. I mean, yeah, I think that probably makes it, because the people who saw you are all dead. So, like in terms of like your
This
weapons,
is the way.
So yeah, that's because I think the only thing that could be identifiable is like, oh, he used this weapon, and yeah, that's all right. No, you're good. You're good. I would argue That is Kuza absolutely needs a disguise.
I do
10,000%.
think I need to cover my face or something when we go in there, because I'm pretty sure a couple people are going to recognize me. I wasn't exactly quiet last night.
I'm in a weird position where I'm always in a disguise, kind of, but they saw it.
Yeah, they saw. Like, they don't know who you are, and
Yeah,
it
this
is
is a
Alkenstar.
man.
Just the man in black.
Yeah. You and the horse might be enough to give you away, though. Like, he rode upon a pale horse.
Want to
Yeah,
borrow my dog?
I think I might be too big for riding a dog.
Your loss.
Yeah, I don't have a good answer to that.
Just saunters away.
No, well, I don't have a good answer to you, but I also have a good answer to change myself up. Like, I could probably do something to, like, disguise the horse a little bit, but...
Yeah. Hey, Kuza, you have any grease?
If I cast a spell, I might have some, but I don't have any on me right now.
You could paint his horse up to look like something different.
Oh, we might clog the poor thing's pores or something. It's probably not good for the skin.
I've never seen a horse with acne before.
Do you wanna?
No,
This
not
might
really.
be the way.
A dog with danders better than a horse with pimples. That's okay.
His name. All right.
That is what they say.
In Goblin Town.
A dog
Goblin Town.
is better than a horse with acne.
Oh my gosh. Well,
Is the way to town going to take us through the little camp at the derailed train?
If you want, it could. It's not necessarily on the way, but it's not far enough to like make it like a huge deal. I think maybe it tacks on an extra 30 minutes to your ride.
I mean, maybe. I could take off the cloak and put on a hat instead. I don't know if that's enough.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, depending on the hat, but yeah, I think you could.
The cloak is probably the main identifier, visually.
Yeah, if you remove
What if he
the cloak
turns it
and put on,
inside
like, a
out?
sombrero, you'd be good.
I mean, it'd be red.
Oh, can I? Well, are you going to use your cloak or are you going to take it off?
I'm in the process of taking it off.
Can I have it?
Yeah.
Throw the hood on. They'll never know.
I'm just gonna pull out of like one of the saddlebags just a slightly crumpled cowboy hat. I'm gonna just assume I have one, unless you want to. Like, I don't have one written down, but the
That's
odds.
fine.
It feels right.
I'm perfectly fine with
I'm
you
just gonna
pulling out a
snap that like
cowboy
on
hat.
my thigh to get it to like snap out of being crumpled, and then just pull that on.
I like the image of him wearing a wrinkled hat.
I mean, it's a little wrinkled.
Also, once you took the hood off, you have a mask like fully, like your whole head is covered, right? Like otherwise.
Yeah, like that. What's covering his chin is essentially like if you picture somebody in the green screen like onesie thing where it covers their
The
whole
morph
head.
suit.
It is. Yeah, it's essentially a red morph suit cap with just that mask on.
Do you not get hot in that thing?
Nope.
Okay.
Is that all one piece?
Nope.
Do you get itchy?
No, I can't. Nope.
Have you ever been itchy?
I must have once.
This is riveting.
No.
I'm thinking perhaps we should proceed with our plan. Because if I hear Merrick say nope one more time, liable to.
All right. I was gonna ask him a question, but maybe I'll just do it without it, just in case He says no. Kuza's just gonna go up to his horse, whisper sweet nothings, and start smearing dirt all over the white fur, so it looks like a different horse.
So pretty. Such a good horse.
It's now a light brown horse. She's done.
All right. Can you give me a nature check to see how cool she's with being plastered with dirt?
Sure.
Thank you.
Oh God, where is it? Hold on, I'm sorry. I have to go through all my shit again. All right, there it is. God, first roll for me.
Come on, Foos.
Oof, I don't love that. Okay. Nature. Hey, yeah.
Nature go.
All right, that's not terrible. Let's go.
Oh yeah, there's that's good. Yeah, that's fine. That is not a problem whatsoever. She's okay with the plastering of the dirt. Doesn't understand, but is good.
All right, it's a totally new horse. What's the new name? Because you can't call her the same. Because I'm sure people heard you call her. What's her name? Do you ever tell us her name? I don't know if she knows.
How would they know the name of my horse?
Probably that customized license on the back.
I am pulling a treat out of the saddlebags, which I specifically bought because I made sure my horse would get treats. Because she was a good horse and let Mudhap be applied, so she gets a treat. Horse's name's Spirit.
That's a very nice name. Phantom?
What?
As a new name, so they're not like, it's Spirit. We saw her last night. She's a criminal. They don't arrest your horse.
I don't think you can arrest a horse, and I don't think they know the horse's name.
I wouldn't put it past. I was just imagining them trying to put handcuffs on like the horse legs. Then I got distracted. Sorry.
Maybe we just ride into town.
All right.
All right. Did you want to make the detour to?
Mostly my thought was to do disguises, but I was like, I'll just put on a hat, and she had mud, so it's fine.
Perfect.
But that immediately-
I was wearing the hood. Okay. We have access to a whole bunch of disguise stuff.
You still have disguise kits, yeah, absolutely. That you can use.
And there's virtually like whatever we can think of, we can make happen.
Whatever is reasonable within like a disguise kit at this time. But yeah, it's
They got a poncho.
Makeup, wigs, eyelashes, any kind of like spy kit type of nonsense that you could think of.
I was picturing maybe for us some sort of like old Western preacher kind of thing, like a cassock with a wide brim black hat.
Hell yeah.
Something like that.
That's cool.
Absolutely. Yep, we could do that. Definitely.
It's a good thing we have the disguise kit.
That looks real good. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. Okay, so you're going in as a preacher. Sounds good. Any particular god that you're thinking of? And it doesn't have to be answered right now. You gotta trip in. And
if you're asking Osnith, probably. If you're asking me, I have no idea.
Okay.
I'm sure there are Pathfinder gods. That sounds right.
There's a few.
There's
book
one.
of them.
A little bit. Yeah, no, it's fine. I don't expect you. But this is our first time playing, so I don't expect people to
If
know.
it was our second time playing, though, ooh boy,
Oh yeah, then yeah,
you'd be in trouble.
Might I recommend Lamash to?
Osnith would know that's not a good idea.
I figured we've gotten real close, and
Oh, much obliged, but I think maybe it's probably for the best if I come up with something different.
fine. Everybody's losing out today.
Everybody losing that today. Oh,
Don't
God.
take no
Who's losing
offense
out?
from it though.
That's amazing.
Merrick didn't take my dog, and Osnith didn't take my god, and which thing do you not want to take while we're at it?
I'm not sure.
Well,
She has the
weapon?
disguise kit open and is not very good at putting on makeup, so she now looks like a raccoon, basically. It's just, like black is smeared over her eyes, which almost works because she's trying to go for like, she's wearing an edgelord's cloak, so she was trying to look dark, but it's not great. She has her hair tied back, and now it just has like a band of like what imagine should be eyeshadow.
It's like
What?
A Sith
What were you
loot
saying?
druid now.
Yes.
Nice.
That's hilarious.
But I think we're ready then, right?
Suppose so.
All right.
Talk to some goblins.
Go to some goblins. Okay,
Yeah.
so you guys are riding into Alkenstar. Give me, if someone wants to roll me a d20 on your way there. Fooz's is shaking her head.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Oh, I saw it roll off the d20 or the 20.
Okay. All right.
That's my lucky number.
It is. No, that's okay. Gotcha. All right. So you are all riding into Alkenstar. It is relatively peaceful. It's a bright, sunny day in this lovely Mana Wastes desert, but it does not take you long to at least get the city of Smog on the horizon, and just kind of working your way ever closer to it. It takes, at a decent trot, assuming you're not flying in on the horses, it takes probably about an hour or so of a ride to get to the gates proper. And in doing so, you see some more of the caravans and wagons and trade that happens so much in Alkenstar. And in fact, is the reason that Alkenstar even exists. It's just their proficiency in non-magical kind of equipment and shipping those products out. So you get to kind of see a bit of like the commercial powerhouse that this city is, but it doesn't take you long to eventually queue up for the main gate, where you notice there's quite a few guards. When you came here the first time, there's probably like 2 or 3 at the main gate. You count at least 6 before you even get to like the gate proper. They seem to be checking people's IDs in terms of like, shipping manifests, stuff like that. You're watching them go through some like somewhat at random, but going through people's carriages and cargo, not disrespectfully, but enough to give a decent look. This isn't necessarily U.S. Customs where they're just stripping the damn things out and leaving it on the floor, but it is a search for sure. But as that happens, if you guys want to give me like a marching order, if you don't mind, who's in front? If you guys, I imagine maybe you spoke about it a little bit in terms of who's going to do the talking, and if you have any alibis, if you're a group, if it's every man's for itself, how are you approaching this?
I feel like Merrick has to be in the front, right?
It can be.
I don't feel like any of us is going to be good at doing the talking.
I don't think.
Hey,
I was gonna say actually, our Tob might be pretty good of all of us.
are you sure?
But
I
don't
think Todd's
know.
the face, definitely.
I'm watching the charisma stats of the sliders going through, and so far Merrick and I are tied at +2.
Listen, I got
Tob is a
society.
+3. I knew it.
I'm a 0.
I think he's trained into all the wrong things, though.
He is a 0.
Deception, intimidation, got those. Society, nope.
I got
Diplomacy.
society, I got this. It's fine.
Society is like the chatty one, or what's? No, wait, hold on. I'm
It's
sorry.
kind of like it's hard to explain, but
Like knowing
social-
the ways of a town and things like that.
yeah, like this local.
I mean, I don't see a
social
persuasion, so diplomacy. I don't have that.
Diplomacy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Diplomacy. I'm real good at intimidation, and that's it.
Yeah, same here. +12.
+9 for me. Let's just go in there and talk shit and be like, "You better fucking let us in."
So
That'll work.
instead of the Jedi hand wave, it's like, you will let me through, but with a fist.
I'm now tickled at the idea of Tom being first. So if you guys are cool.
Yeah. All right. Now, again, are you guys presenting as like a true company, friends, like any particular thing you're looking for? Or you just play it by ear.
We're an idol band from a neighboring city.
That's why I was practicing my drums last night.
See?
Well, it's not me,
Okay.
just kidding.
Yeah, maybe don't tell them you were here before.
Yeah.
prospective, I don't know, buyers for automatons?
Could be, sure.
I feel like perhaps, given my garb, I should separate myself from that sort of an endeavor.
That's a good
should
point.
maybe
Maybe the
Foozca.
Padre here needed an escort.
Come say, well, I was thinking maybe I could just come say I was coming to minister to the poor.
And where is poor?
Listen, you tell them about poverty and the way you talk, they'll believe it.
Well, I'm just hoping nobody asks me about anything faith related, because quite frankly, faith is just a spectral edifice of fleeting warmth.
Yeah, but they're not gonna know what that means because I didn't either.
That one was short. I feel like I understood it just because it was short.
You're getting better.
Well, I mean, I could have kept going.
That's okay.
I figured you probably already had the awareness that it's assembled not from permanence, but from unshaken loyalty. Brittle mortar of convenience and the silent mutual terror of solitude's abyss.
Whoa.
Don't use it up all now, god darn it.
What's assembled? What are you talking? Assembled? What?
No,
What it?
just alignments of accidents of circumstance, transitory concords, doomed to dissonance. The moment the winds of time alter their flickering forms.
I'm gonna speed up my horse.
We don't know him. He's not with us.
In this exact moment, anyway.
He's some kind of transient something or other back there.
I heard him say something about nonsense.
As you guys are approaching, you see a kind of rather gruff-looking guard. Clearly hasn't shaved in a while. Weather-beaten kind of features. Kind of has his hat tilted down, but can somehow still see as he kind of waves your group forward. Hand kind of on his hip, not far from his weapon, but not exactly drawing it or threatening, but letting you know that it's there, essentially, as you guys kind of approach, assuming you do. He approaches Tob. All right, there. What's your business in the city of Smog?
Well, me and my two compatriots here are looking to buy some of your fine automatons.
Hmm.
He jiggles a pouch of gold.
Okay. You're not in disguise, but you don't need to be because you're a horrific halfling. Last time.
Sounds like a professional wrestler.
Yeah.
Horrific halfling.
Horrific halfling.
It's like Mick Foley just smashed down to Doink level or Dink levels. Dink the Clown.
And what do you plan on doing with these automata?
Yeah, general laborers, maybe guards back for the family ranch.
Family ranch. All right. Give me a deception check if you don't mind.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, that's the wrong dice. All right, cool.
Oh. Okay. God, none as you rolled. Okay. God, that scared me.
Yeah,
Okay.
don't worry. I rolled it. The low one's mine.
Yeah.
We don't know what his bonus is, though. It's only a difference of 3 on the die. That could go either
True,
way.
it's true.
Ranch, you say? Your 2 friends. All right. Enjoy your stay at Alkenstar. Keep your nose clean.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Let's do 2 in, and he steps in as the last of you go in and kind of intercepts Osnith. And you.
Blessings be upon you, my son. I am here to minister to the impoverished, as poverty sits like a veil on the corpse of corporality.
Oh man, he's looking at you, hearing this barrage. There's a not so faint hint of confusion kind of come on his face. The poor, you say?
Yes, sir. No worries, though. It is but an ontological imperative that, a manifestation of inexorable entropy.
Inescapable atrophy? What?
Yeah, that is correct. You get it. I can see that you are a man who cares deeply for the afflicted of this world.
All right, preacher. We do have plenty of poor in here. I can't have you making a mess of my city, though.
Well, sir, I'm here to help clean things up. As a matter of fact, I think that party that just went in ahead of me looks like they could use some ministering.
Because I was trying to slow down to like make sure she could keep an eye in case he didn't help. So I feel like if he did look, she was just like horse was going forward, but she was watching back.
Yeah, well, they seem to be on a business trip, but tell you what, Father, I can't see the problem with you going into the city at this moment. I don't understand half the words you're saying, but the poor could use some help, so.
Well, blessings be upon you.
And you as well. He'll kind of get out of your way to let you go in. You were all successfully gotten into Alkenstar. Good job. Those disguise kits helped. In regard to where you wanted to go, I heard talks of Goblin Town, talks of kidnapping people before they actually get kidnapped. What was the game plan? What order of operations, I guess, is probably what I'm trying to say.
Toast is living his life. Look at that chin and foot. Oh my gosh. Sorry.
I seem to recall Goblin Town coming up several times last time.
Isn't that where the Trainyards was, or maybe just a bunch of goblins worked at the Trainyard? I don't know.
You have contacts within the Trainyard, the maintenance crew, but that's not in Goblin Town specifically. I don't know if I told you. So your contacts of Ricket, Muckstout, and Grubnob. I wrote that like Grubhub. I was very confused. Grubhub. Ricket and Grub. I'm just gonna call it Grub for now. Are employees at the Boom Brothers Fireworks store, which is kind of where you've been more or less told if you need to get some level of explosives, that's probably a good place to start. If that's where you wanted to go. But yeah, the others would be working the Alkenstar Railway, specifically in the maintenance section of that.
Then I guess we'll head into the maintenance, right? If we wanted to go talk to our contacts.
So yeah, after we get a little ways away past the guards that question us and stuff, maybe outside of you, and see, Osneth, that we're not the only ones that have no idea what in the hells you're saying. But that actually worked to your benefit back there.
Well, I suppose maybe it did. You know, we're not architects of our fate, Tob. We're masters of a world we can't command but transient spectators within a boundless recursive labyrinth of events.
I think you do this on purpose. This is
Well,
your whole shtick, isn't it? I'm on to you.
Blessings be upon you, my son.
Oh, thank you, Father. The head kind of rolls around like a... I don't know, my brain failed. Those things.
Like a
Bobblehead.
bobblehead.
There we go.
At you. That's awesome. All right, so you guys are
Also
going to the...
Oh, sorry, good.
Yeah, okay.
No, I was just saying, knowing that you're on your goblin horse dog, you're already lower. And you're just like having this conversation, like
I'm lower regardless.
Yeah, no matter what, true.
I'm 2 foot something tall.
Oh, God. All right, so we're off to the railway first. Okay, so the railway is in the north side of the city. Let me get you over there. Nope, that is the wrong streets. I had to drag you guys out. Can I just copy you? I hear purring.
Yeah, Toast.
That work? Maybe?
He's big
Activate.
boy.
I
I
said
can't remember,
activate.
Lee. Do you have any pets?
What's that? Do I have pets?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a dog and a cat.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, good. I was like, I'm pretty sure.
Phoenix used to come and sit on my lap sometimes while I'm gaming, but he never does anymore. That's my cat.
Oh,
Do you guys see the city map?
Yep.
Okay,
To be
excellent.
fair, my cat doesn't come on my lap while I'm gaming. I did this.
You just grab him.
Yeah.
Come here. Flighty's cat used to visit him while he was gaming, specifically when he used the steering wheel when driving. He had some kind of issue with it, and he'd get in between him and the steering wheel. And we'd be racing, and it'd hear like, "Oh no, go away, not now!" And I'd watch him go from like second or third to like 12th as he just veers off the road. Oh, it's great,
Awesome.
good stuff. Anyway,
Also, I will tell you a quick little thing you can try to do in the actors tab where it
Sure.
says the party. Can you drag that out? Just click where it says the party and drag it out. Because
sure.
I remember.
there's a way to get a
Yep.
party token.
There we go.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey.
All right.
And then that will move us with everybody. And then I believe if you right click it, there's like a little pop out button, and that'll spit all of our tokens out wherever it's at.
Oh, okay. Cool. All
That's
right.
crazy.
That is really cool. I'm gonna keep you guys over the side here because I'm scared if I delete you, you're gonna.
Why is,
It's
gone
why is
forever.
Tob upside down?
I'm at an angle.
Why aren't you?
I
There's the
can't
only
change
one
it because
straight up
it's
and down.
paused.
There you go. Sorry.
Okay, no, you're good. Okay.
Yeah, that's the spinning begin.
There we go.
Oh god. All right.
Sorry, go ahead.
So you are in the main gates of the Alkenstar. The railway is in the Ironside Quarter, if that's where you wanted to go. In regards to the Goblin, where the hell did I put that?
Oh, I see.
Put in- I think it was in Steamhaven. I want to say that's where it was. It's in Steamhaven. That's where it's at. So anyway, Ironside. So basically, you're both going northwest in this
Yeah.
regard. If that's where you wanted to go. But we'll say going to the Alkenstar Railway. That shouldn't be a problem. Okay, so trotting out over there in your horses. I will say again, lots of commerce. Everything seems to be more or less the same as usual. There's just more guards, and they seem to be like on the alert. There's just everywhere you look, there's a guard on the corner or doing a patrol or something like that. They're not harassing citizens or anything to that effect, but they're definitely taking note of who comes by, where strange people are going. You see them communicate sometimes in person, but there's a heavy like law enforcement present currently in the city.
What part of town did our previous night's caper take place in?
It was primarily in the smoke side.
Okay.
There was a little bit of shenanigans with your gunslinger dragging some of the guards away, but it wasn't really too far out of that neighborhood. Okay, so getting to the railway, it is a massive kind of iron wrought area, just constant cacophony of noises, clanging, things being moved, people shouting constantly. It is just, if anyone has sensitive ears, you are not having a good time. It is a loud, boisterous place. Unfortunately, though, for you guys, it is very well guarded and gated off. So as you kind of approach, there's two guards sitting before like the primary entryway gate. This gate goes probably like 400 yards on either side of it, where one of them kind of terminates in a building which looks like some kind of office building where maybe like the master of this place would be doing paperwork, things like that, like an official office. Like if you had to file something, this is probably where you need to go. The other half ends in like a guard tower, which oversees probably the majority of the southern side of this iron quarter, and is obviously used as a place to kind of keep an eye on everything. And it might not just be for security, based on all the heavy kind of machinery and stuff that's being moved around. If there's an accident or something like that, it's a good point of reference. But before you stands one human guard, another orc, and they're both kind of just, intently eyeing you as you come up and are just more or less waiting to hear why you are here. But they don't greet you in any way. They just kind of stare at you as if they're expecting something.
As we get closer, I think I was just going to whisper, do we have an idea of what can tell him to get in there? we do have contacts and stuff, but I don't know if it's a good idea if we drop their names and stuff. Right?
Did we get any kind of info that I've done forgotten?
How
Father?
to get in? Maybe you can say you need to bless the tracks or something.
I mean, that
You had a
could work.
vision.
Yeah, there you go. That will work.
Oh, lay the blessings upon the choo-choo.
So you're saying you want me to do the talking as we come up on these folks here?
Oh yeah, this will be good.
I thought
I never
that was
thought
gonna
about
be
this,
your
but
job,
you-
Tom.
What's
You're
that?
like a weapon.
Point them at whoever we want to confuse.
Yeah. You're not friendly firing anymore. We're pointing you at the bad guys. Let's go.
All right then. Good day to you, sirs.
Sorry, cat attacking Mike distracted me.
Mike getting chewed.
Morning to you, preacher.
We're here to impart some blessings upon the workers and the accoutrement of the railroad here.
He nods his head, looks over to his friend. The orc kind of ruffles through his pockets and pulls out this crumpled list of things. What did you say your name was?
Well, you know, when it comes to that, the self is not an entity, but a phenomenon, you know, an impermanent aggregation of memory, biology, fleeting awareness, just dissipating even as it insists upon its own continuity.
I see. If you want to roll me a deception check.
Also, I forgot to mention, Joey, you have a D4, and then you also have a D4. Kit was giving them out early.
No, thank you, kid.
Thanks.
Deception. Oh, I'm trained in
The others
deception.
were given out. Yes, let's go.
You should go by Mr. Father E.
26.
Whoa, that's a natural.
Okay. Sure. Whose blessing are you giving? And I will say, just I don't want to fuck you up, but you being you, you would have certainly noticed Abadar. That was the bank that you more or less robbed. His place. So he's kind of the god of like of commerce and gold and justice and stuff like that. Well, like trade really, but and I'd say for you, Brigh, Brigh. He's kind of god of like clockworks, inventions, stuff like that.
Okay.
I think just being in the Alkenstar region, you'd be blind not to see it. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
It's
So
not
you'd
to
be aware of those
confused
two
with
gods
Brie,
specifically.
which is a god of cheese.
I can't,
Points.
Joe. Yeah. Anyway, those are the two gods I would say you would off the top of the head would know would be popular in Alkenstar.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just
Well, part of our intention here is to deliver the blessings of Bry upon the mechanical implements of the endeavor.
yeah. All right. Yeah. Sure enough. I'll
These
let
are
you.
my acolytes here, just so you're aware.
Tob sprinkles some water out of his canteen.
I see. All right. I need you guys to give me a collective group deception. And the idea is you got to beat a 40 altogether.
Oh no!
So,
Okay.
Well,
Osnith, you're out of this. It's just those three.
they have to-
You're good. Osnith is
no.
in. It's the three of you who have to get it.
No chance I can try and coerce them to stop asking questions, is there?
I mean, if you want, yeah. We'll let this roll play out. If it goes
Sure.
sideways, I'll give you the option.
You said
for it.
deception, right?
Deception, yes.
Okay.
yeah,
Nice.
nailed it.
Almost. Oh, I'm sorry. That did 40, not 50. I was like, oh man,
Yeah.
we were one shy. No, we
No,
got
we're
No,
good,
it
we're
was
good.
40. It was 40. Okay, he's looking around. You got some strange company, preacher, but I'm not here to judge. Praise Bry, continue, Joe. And
I think Joe should get a hero point for that.
Listen, this guy's clearly like got a family history with cheese, and so he mixes them up all the time.
I love cheese. Friendly warning though, preacher, and to your own. We search people on the way out because some of these things have a tendency to go missing, and the small parts are worth a lot sometimes. So just keep your noses clean and be aware.
Well, I can certainly understand that. And you'll encounter no resistance from me, my friend. To resist is to invoke the archetype of opposition itself and participate in a cosmic dialectic where the forces of negation are not external enemies, but the very fabric of existence.
What in the actual?
Blessings
Good
be
day.
upon you.
Good day, preacher. Good day. And they unlatch the gate and it opens up automatically. There's kind of a mechanical, and you can hear the click, click, click as the metal gears kind of pull the gate apart and allow you to kind of enter in. The smell of again, metal, fuel, oil is kind of heavy in the air to begin with, but as you guys begin to actually make your way through, it is thick. Again, just this would honestly be the perfect place to kidnap someone because no one would hear. It is just a cacophony of noises. But you do see one of the trains, the engine of the trains, it's this kind of lightweight, not lightweight, like I say light colored metal hovering. This kind of this mechanical, slightly fizzy hum as this thing defies gravity and is floating above the would-be tracks here. There are, looking back from that particular rail, there's other cars attached to it. Some of them which are being loaded. You see tons of people kind of running all around it, checking things, adding things to it, things of that nature. But as you were looking, there is certainly one goblin who's literally standing on a box and is just yelling orders. You go over there, put that down. If you take that one more time, I'll kill you. Like just the combination of orders and threats as she's trying to kind of organize or get whatever this particular cargo train on schedule. But she's very animated. And that is exactly what you see. That if you were to take a guess, it's probably Thunkel.
All right. Well, again, you are a weapon. You do very good work, and I appreciate everything you're doing for us.
Well, you all appeared very pious, obviously. So, kudos to all of us.
Bobbing around.
Tob, the holy water was a nice touch.
Need some grease now.
Why? Why?
Well, it's unrelated. All grease and lube doesn't have to do with you. Come off it.
Just upsetly, starts trotting forward.
Look around. This whole place is half grease.
But heading towards the lady, the yelling, it was lady, right? The yelling goblin lady?
Yeah.
Thunk.
Thunkel.
Thunkle.
Gotta be careful. Raising the ire of the druid here in her domain.
The place where she is strongest.
No.
Oh, well, that too, but half grease. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just walking towards her. How you doing?
Who the hell are you?
I came here on behalf of. She kind of looks back at Osnith for a second and realizes none of them chose fake names. Pastor John, and we just. Do you have a second? You seem real busy and stuff, but if you have a second, we'd like to talk to you about his Lord Savior Brie Cheese. It's Bry.
Oh no.
What? You want to talk to me about cheese now?
No, I'm sorry. I'm hungry. It's been a minute. Lunch is coming up, and I'm just getting the ground.
I have a departure in 24 hours that we're not ready for.
Why aren't you ready for it?
Because I have a bunch of lazy slobs working for me.
Do you let them break for lunch? Maybe they would appreciate a little.
I'm gonna
little
break
snack
something.
break
I'll tell you that.
Oh my god! I think Kuza actually did laugh at that, along with Foos.
You look kind of strong. You into breaking bones?
If the right ones, I think.
We could use an enforcer around here. These lazy schmucks.
Are there workers like within earshot of this?
100%.
Just to double check, we got the name of this person because they work in the Trainyard, not because they're part of the resistance, right?
Correct.
Okay, so we can't just be like, we're here for the thing.
No, that's why
Yeah.
she's not. He winked with both eyes. But she's I imagine I know this situation, but in her saying this, do any of the workers react, or are they just this is normal, her yelling and all that? Just not
There's
even a reaction?
definitely a lot of these workers clearly they are day laborers and the shirts are off, they are sweaty, they've been clearly working for a long time. Again, weather beaten as well, because this place isn't exactly the smog kind of helps with the sun, but they're still weather beaten. So you see honestly a lot of orcs, a lot of humans, goblins are probably 60% of this population, but they're all just kind of running around. And when she said, "Are you good at breaking bones?" you definitely got a couple of their attention. Oh no, who's this? And there's some eyeballs kind of sizing you up. But still kind of waiting for her answer there.
Yeah. Well, even like I said, in some cases, yeah. Do you want me to go talk to a few of them, and I can maybe move a little faster?
Roll me a diplomacy check.
Oh boy, I was hoping she
So
would
go
just
for
say
the
yes.
biggest one and you prove your superiority. The rest will fall in line.
Oh.
I don't know about you. We just met. You look tough. I mean, we gotta get you a switch or something. You're just gonna barehand these people? What?
Yeah.
Maybe you are.
If you needed tools, then I feel like you don't know how to, use your hands correctly.
Look, that may not be true, but if they fear the stick, I tell you, it's definitely help. Anyway, you want to talk to me about cheese?
No, she's gonna look back towards Austin and just see. I think he maybe had something he wanted to say.
He don't look tough at all. Look at what
As she's looking away, so the goblin's behind her and cannot see her expression. She's giving wide eyes, if you could just step in for a second, please.
Pardon my acolyte there, ma'am. I'm Father Nietzsche of the Church of Bry. We are here to impart some blessings upon some of the mechanical elements herein. If you wouldn't mind, we were called upon to make sure that everything is good and blessed as it leaves the train yard.
You're here to bless the train? The whole train?
Oh,
And
absolutely.
nothing but the train.
How much time do you
Help
have,
us
sir?
breathe. Shit.
Well, if you understood the nature of blessings, you would understand that I don't necessarily have to go bit by bit. The inexorable encroachment of the unknown is neither an intrusion nor a deviation. So it's just a matter of really doing sort of a sweep.
This fucking loud music.
Sir, I can't imagine why you decided to assault me with those words.
Well,
I was unnecessary. Look, what you want to do? What you want to bless something? The inertial dampeners absolutely need some breath. 100% need some blessings. They don't even work. Honestly, I don't know how they plan on stopping this damn thing. We've been trying to figure that out for a while. But yeah, you can bless whatever you want. Just don't get in the way of the workers. That's I don't know why you got to talk to me about that.
the brakes are not working on the train, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, there's some kind of interference. I'm not an engineer. I just kind of know. I just yell at people, pretty
It would
much.
seem to be less than optimal.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I agree. the operators don't seem too worried about it, though. I don't know what that's all about. But yeah, brakes aren't working. At least not well enough to slow it down once it actually gets up to speed, you know?
Well, let's go and see if the. Would you mind if we went and imparted some of the blessings of the all-powerful God upon them?
You all hide body, yeah. Like I said, just get out of my people's way, and you can do whatever you want.
Well, blessings be upon you.
Does it have to stay at 55?
The train accelerates to approximately, I think, 45 times horse speed.
A man named Rianu Keeves on board.
Yeah.
Good character concept.
No, it goes. I would say probably like after about 40% of its speed. I don't know what's up with the brakes, but they're not engaging in the way that would slow it down in a significant way.
I'm sorry, I'm just so curious that how on earth would they stop then? If they were like, once the train goes, do they just hope it like stops after like how if the brakes don't
normally
work?
it does. We're trying to get replacement brakes put in right now. In fact, they're working on it. She kind of points towards like the rear end of the engine car, and it is completely like splayed open. Like there's all kinds of parts missing. It looks cool from the side, but if you look at it from the back, you're like they've torn out like the 15% of it, and you see like little goblins all over the place, like trying to carefully the bolts are like half the size of them. They're all like with these syringes, like trying to unbolt things. We're trying to get new dampeners in there, but yeah, I mean that's what we're working on right now.
I hope it works. It sounds like a safety issue.
It's like a 13-hour job, and we don't even have time to test it before it goes off tomorrow.
Oh, so this train is actually being put into action tomorrow.
Yeah, we got a deadline.
Well, we best get about our blessings then.
See that you do, preacher.
Brother Tob, do you think you could
What?
take the lead on blessing these? Let's go over and bless the workers as well.
He uses 2 fake names and then it's just Tob. You're John and Nietzsche and he's Tob.
Yeah.
That was my fault.
There was a minor panic as Tom was like, no thanks.
Sorry, Dob. I said Dob.
Tom, yeah, mud dauber, Tom. We'll go bless the brakes and see what we can do. Father, Nietzsche, John.
John Nietzsche.
John Nietzsche.
All right, yeah, okay. I'm gonna keep yelling. You guys do whatever you need to do.
Feel free to yell at us. Make us really feel like we fit in around here.
Don't you tempt me.
Well, it sounds
I'll
like
me with a good time.
sounds like we've pretty much got leave to go wherever we need to go.
Sounds like I feel like if we can find a way to get the train to activate the brakes at a certain time, but I don't know if any of us know how to do any of that.
I have
those things up.
I have one question. I'll be right back. And he's gonna go back and talk to Funkel real quick. The brakes just randomly stop working, or is it kind of like they were worn out?
Well, they look real worn out, but what doesn't make sense is they weren't used enough to be worn out. It's either poor manufacturing, which might be the case. I don't know. Those brakes came from oh god, what was his name? Weird ass name. The Horatio Quill. He's a fabricator in the city. He hasn't been seen for some time though, and it came from his shop. He normally makes really good stuff, so I don't know what happened. The latest batch are just absolute shit. So we're not sure if it's incompetence or sabotage, but the Yardmaster's really pissed about it. So we got some old ones from a train that's currently under full blown maintenance right now. Just kind of cannibalizing those parts until we can get some replacements.
Probable saboteur. He just tips his hat and wanders away.
Goodbye.
All right, I think maybe we should. Well, we have a new name. We have this Horatio fella who's supposedly supplied the brakes. If people are getting kidnapped and getting snatched up, maybe Horatio got nabbed and somebody made some faulty stuff in his name, acting as if he was still there.
Well, why do they want their train not to stop?
Haven't got that far yet.
Now, here's a better question. Do we want it to stop?
We still haven't figured out how to get on. I feel like brakes might be away.
That's a whole other problem. But if we can interrupt them fixing it, then this is a runaway train.
Right.
I don't know if that's good or bad, just pointing it out.
We do have full access to this train. I'm sure we could find a good spot to sneak into and hunker down if we so desired.
Stowaways.
Be stowaways.
Exactly. And I've always wanted to see a stowaway horse too.
I'm sure that'd be no problem. I feel like she pats Spirit for a second and a plume of dirt comes off the plank and is like, oh, sorry.
Now that is a long time to hide inside a train.
Are we still waiting for things back at base as well?
You're waiting for your almanac, for sure. Yeah. And I believe there was an order placed for explosives.
And also more explosives.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It might be a good idea for one of us to stow away. Maybe not right this second, but...
Well, just would solve our problems on how to get on the train.
Right.
We have that. That's an option. We know it can't stop at the moment.
I believe our initial plan was to make it come to a stop, correct?
But we never did quite figure out how.
Right.
Yeah, or at least make it slow down so we can get on. Kind of biggest concern. Can't get on a train going full speed.
What if we all laid on the tracks? Do you think they'd stop for us?
But
brakes ain't working.
Also, doesn't it float? Wait, how much does it float? Like a lot?
Currently looking at the train, it's floating like a good 3 feet off the...
We'd get shaken up.
There's any pressure, like downward pressure pushing against the tracks?
You were talking about the ground effect. Yes, you guys would be flung. I mean, if anyone, Osnith is probably doing the math. If a train was to pass over, it wouldn't hit you per se, but the amount of pressurized air under it would fling you guys around, possibly into the train, possibly out of the tracks. It would be ugly.
Yeah, we would just lay with big old magnets and then we'd just get sucked up onto the train.
And at that speed, none of us would let go.
Awesome, it's 4.
Oh my gosh.
Oh god, yeah.
Is there anything else wrong with the train as we're kind of walking around? Or is it just
I assume we're pretending to bless things.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah.
Give me do you have a crafting element in any way that could be tied to a train? That's very loose.
A lot of stuff that blows up and...
Okay.
Trains blow up and...
Osnith, I'm giving you a pass just because your class is such that you're into science as it is. So you might not, this not be specifically what you're talking about, but you can understand certain elements of it. Other than that, I guess give me, I'd settle for Arcana as well, because there's some kind of pseudo magical elements going on here. And then failing all of that, if you just want to give me a raw int check where you're just trying to do some mental math here. It's this
is for me.
Oh, that's for
anybody.
For the Merrick. I don't know why I could not remember your name at that point. But yeah, for you can roll a crafting check.
You clicked Arcana.
There you go.
Name is raw intelligence.
Oh.
ahead. Awesome.
All right. So what's are you just looking for anything wrong on this? Okay.
Nope.
The engine itself seems to be.
I wasn't ready for the music.
What is going on in this train car?
Oh my god.
This is Merrick walking into the scene.
Yeah, this is Merrick's song. Yeah, exactly. Merrick is waddling in on his horse. The engine car itself, it's tough to say beyond obviously the brake issue because it is completely splayed open. There's so many people removing so many parts and adding stuff. Power seems good. What's interesting is looking at the cars. Some of them are loaded to a point where they're actually like a foot lower than some of the others. So you see two that are almost completely like there's barely a gap between them and the actual thing. So you're not sure if they just need more power or whatnot, but that's something that you would immediately notice. In terms of like structural weaknesses, windows obviously would be an issue, and the grappling mechanism between the carts as well. There seems to be like literally just a pin that holds them together. So if you could pull that pin or damage it in some way, that could dislodge them. The metal seems solid for the most part. They are fairly sturdy construction. Again, just looking at it, you're like, okay, this is. You give the tap, the good old male tap. This ain't going anywhere, kind of thing. Like these are all very sturdy construction. There are some railings at the top, which seem to be potentially used to like strap down maybe bigger cargo to the top, which infers that the roof is strong as well. But from the natural 20 and kind of what you're looking at here, that's more or less what you're getting.
Are there workers focusing on anything other than the brakes?
Yes, there are workers working on loading what looks like just boxes that seem to be very well sealed and unlabeled onto some of the train cars. There's others that are like inspecting the floating elements of the particular car or of the cars that aren't the engine at the moment. But yeah, it's a combination of inspection, cargo loading, that kind of stuff's going on.
I will indicate that a couple of the cars are not hovering as high because it's the standout to me. And see if you guys make anything of that. I don't know if it's just heavy. Like, are those the cars they're loading boxes onto?
Those cars are not loading anything onto. They're loading onto the other ones. So there's 6 cars total, excluding the engine. The first 2 are the 2 that are loaded the heaviest, and then the other 4 are the ones that are currently being loaded with random boxes at the moment.
Is there anybody watching the 2 heavy ones at the moment?
No, I will say outside of the tower initially, there's another tower on like the far end of this, and those guys are kind of just like watching the general area. But there isn't like a guard post or anything at the moment.
Do the heavy cars seem to be like made of the same stuff as the other cars?
Yes, the cars are all identical to each other in terms of make. They all have, random scratches and signs of wear independent to them, but they're all the same make.
I think Willie's acting like he's blessing things with his canteen still. He'll try to scramble up on one of those 2 cars and see if he can peek in there and get a look at what's inside. Specifically, he's looking to see if they are like loaded down heavy and that's why they're sagging, or if there's something else kind of sabotage wise.
Okay. So this is going to be an interesting thing. The window for this is humanish height. So you're going to need to jump or, it's athleticism, whatever it would be. But are you trying to go through the door? You said you were just trying to peek, right? So
I was trying to I'm assuming we're down below the train. So
yes,
he's going to try to climb up onto the train, like the base, like the floor of the train car. And then just going to look through the door if the door is open, or if it's not and it's unlocked, crack it open and look.
Gotcha. All right, so you climb up there. It's not hard. It's designed to be climbed on. kind of little kid your way, like get a leg up on it. Scoot
Don't
up.
help me. I got this.
Scooches up. You try the door. The door is locked.
Need some help.
Mediator.
I was genuinely gonna go make a distraction so that there was more noise in one area than there was here, but after him saying need some help out loud, she's like, all right, what do you need help with?
Getting in this here door. Or maybe you can just peek through the window.
I can look through a window, sure, I guess. I can look through a window, right? Can I look through
You
a
can
window?
absolutely look through the window.
What do
you
your
look through the
orc
window.
eyes see?
A glass. It's a glass pane.
The glass pane is like, you've seen like glass covered in grease. That's kind of what you're seeing here. Just the amount of smoke and smog and greasy kind of stuff flying around. So you give it a little, squidge to kind of look through.
Without thinking, she does it with the cloak, and then it's like,
You'll never notice.
Just to see if Merrick noticed.
Not particularly at the moment.
I'm gonna apologize to him later.
You covered his horse in dirt. I'm sure that's not going to matter.
Comes with matching cloak now.
Oh my god.
Just ruining everything this man owns.
Peering into the thing, there's a dim red light, and you notice that there's 4 rows of, to be grim about it, what are coffin-sized, looks like, just containers, probably about 10 deep, and there's 4 rows with like spacing between the rows where a person could walk through. There's kind of like this dim red lighting that is going through that whole area.
You said coffin-sized containers. Are these coffin-sized containers coffin-shaped as well, or?
Oh, well, I mean, no, they're not like.
Okay.
They're
Just
not
a
like
train full of coffins.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can't have like Pauls and stuff like that walking out. Like it's literally just like a box, but it's roughly
Okay.
like coffin shaped. They're sized, and they're
Maya's gift. Oh,
and they're
God. Okay.
like stood up vertically.
Okay.
Give me a, because you might be able to pick up some more out of this. Just give me a perception if you don't mind.
Really? I would? Okay.
Uh-huh.
Hold on.
Well, I mean, it's not like you're. God damn it.
Okay.
There's people dancing in the cabin.
Yeah.
You notice that, like, looking further down, there seems to be some kind of like apparatus that they're bolted to. So there's like a bracket system that's into the floor, and that these boxes are bolted in. That's probably what's keeping them upright.
Father, why don't you come with your blessing eyes? Take a gander at what we got here.
What do your blessing eyes see?
All right, am I able to get up to the window?
Scoot out of the way.
Yeah, sure. That's not a problem. You might have to shift Tob around because it's getting a little crowded up there. But yeah, you could.
Well, I
definitely-
was saying I'll scooch out of the way with my horse.
Okay, yeah, no problem.
Make sure
But
he
yes,
can
you were able to get up there, and if you're looking through
As
the
they
window, you see-
pass for a moment, she'll just be like, "There's some like big old boxes in there, or something. But something underneath them looks a little weird."
Well, let's see if we can figure this out. Do they resemble the way you described them? Made me think of the automatons we found above the bank in that room. Is there a similarity to me?
Give me an investigation check. But that's a great
This is why I was like, "Would I know?" Because I was like, "That sounds similar to me," but she wasn't there, so she has no reference of it.
How do I do investigation?
There's no investigation. I don't
I
think.
thought there were. I'm stupid. You were correct.
Oh, that's fine. We're learning.
Yes, perception? I don't.
I guess perception. Yeah. I kind of wanted to make it intelligence based, and I don't see one.
Is this for my to see if I recall?
Yeah.
I put it together.
Yep. It's to see if you can recall and place together technical elements of those things.
Okay.
Would you say it was a recall knowledge?
Yeah, that could work.
Yeah. Just to Is that just like a flat check then?
Is it just an intelligence check or what?
I was trying to hurry up and find it real quick so I could let you know, and it was taking a second to load.
Take your time. We're done. It's by no
As
means
mentioned,
not fun.
we're all learning not only Pathfinder, but this VTT at the same time, so bear with us.
That's not helpful. You attempt a skill check to try to remember a bit of knowledge regarding a topic related to that skill. So you can pick a skill that it's tied to.
I'm gonna tie it into
No, I don't
crafting,
know.
yeah, because I think that makes the most sense in this short amount of time.
I notice on my skills page here I have a lore skill that's engineering. I don't know if that's.
Oh shit! Yeah,
Ooh.
use that. Perfect.
Okay.
Definitely. Yeah.
Oscar! Let's go! Okay.
It's 21.
21. So I put the DC at 20, so you're good.
Ooh.
These are almost exactly, from a frame perspective, the same kind of things that those android creatures that attacked you came from. They just are sealed, whereas they were missing the front half of the coffin while you were in the bank. These seem to be fully sealed.
Yeah, these look a great deal like what Merrick and Tob and I found upstairs in the bank there. They just happen to be all sealed up here. That's probably what's making these cars heavier.
Those are things that were chasing us?
Yeah, were they the same? They were just
Yes.
other varieties of the automatons.
Yeah, there was a leader-ish one that but you are painfully familiar
Yeah,
up close as to what those things look like.
Yeah, so this train that's heading out that they were going to kidnap people and put on is also taking some of those automatons with it.
Hey, if this car is a little bit lower than the others, do you think it is the weight of these crazy things just lowering it? If there's just like a bunch of metal things in here?
I would imagine they are rather weighty.
You can give me a crafting check if you don't mind.
Sure.
Whose knows? She does not. Nice.
Yeah, there's a 26.
There might be something else besides the weight.
Okay.
These trains are built for cargo. And I mean, those android things were heavy, but they weren't like, half a ton each. And the metal that they were made out of was usually of that star metal, so they were lighter to begin with. Even if you made it out of all steel, they would still be heavier than, or lighter than what those things are. So there's something else at play here.
Because I think there's something more than that going on here.
Do you think we should try and find a way we sabotage this train or something? Like make sure they can't get out or something? Because if we jump on this train and start having some problems and there's a baddie in every single one of these, that sounds like a lot of trouble.
I mean, that's going to certainly call some attention to us if we start blowing up the train right here in the train yard.
I didn't say blow up. I said sabotage. We could find some other.
He's got a real good idea. Explosions are always mandatory.
I don't know. That's the first thing I'd start with.
Well, I mean, I was just thinking that destruction's, not a momentary deviation from equilibrium, but the fundamental nature of all things.
Damn it, Osmond.
We're just gonna grab the nearest worker as they're running by.
No.
Okay. It'll be like a human 35-ish, bunch of city miles on that 35 though.
I am going to see if I can't identify one that seems particularly intimidated by the goblin yelling at everybody. Somebody who looks cowed already. That just looks
Okay.
like cause.
All right.
So you don't have to do it yourself.
I'd say about 30 seconds later, there's a goblin who's running around really young, probably like just into adulthood, but terrified of pretty much everything around here. Scrawny even for a goblin, but they are currently holding with two hands a bolt, just kind of like trying to hurry to the other side.
I'm I'm gonna do the ridiculous high pitched whistle that some people can do that I can't do.
With the
And just do that. Hold up there.
ah! What can I do for you, Dark Stranger?
I'm just gonna glance over at the guy dressed as a priest to remember why we're pretending to be here. We're here blessing the dang train, and it's sinking. Why ain't you fixing it?
I was assigned to carry hardware.
Right. Why is it that low?
Hold on, let's see.
You said young. I was like, shit. Does this goblin know?
I'm here for the
He's a fucking savant. If you had to ask me, the additional car, there must be a power draw or something, because it's likely pulling from its internal battery, so it's lower than it would be if it was hooked up to the train, the engine, which is obviously in the state of repair due to the brakes.
You need to ask for a raise.
I probably do. Yeah, that's true. I always wanted to be
you
an
talk
engineer.
real fast. So something about those is losing power.
Yeah, it's pulling from the current power source at the moment. There's some kind of power draw would be my guess. I haven't seen it. I'm not allowed in there. But yeah.
All right. Now get.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to the people crowding around the windows. It's like, what are y'all looking at?
Merrick, this car's full of the same sorts of constructions that we found upstairs in the bank. Same things that were chasing us down the street.
I was saying we should sabotage it in some way, and he thinks that means blow up at all times.
Always.
I mean, the whole job's to blow it up, right?
See?
All right.
Because
Well,
you're outnumbered here.
I noticed. That's a 3 versus 1.
I don't think we should do that now. I'm just saying that's what they want us to do.
I understand.
All right. Well, he's gone now, but Youngin said these are lower because they're drawing power. So that makes sense if there's some of them robots in there.
Do you guys happen to remember what exactly we did to activate them? I don't know who did that, but
I believe we opened a door.
and do you remember seeing any kind of like button or any kind of controlling gizmo?
Well, I don't, but maybe there was, in which case, presumably Merrick would.
Yeah. Do you have any lore skill specific to engineering by chance? No.
No, I'm trying to remember. I vaguely recall there being a big old button that got pushed, but I don't remember.
There was a button that got pushed to
All right.
activate the door, which in turn
Okay.
activated.
I
You
mean,
would
there
assume.
was a button for the door. That might have also been a button for them.
Yeah, Osnith, do you see a button in there?
There's a red light. Can I take another look and see if I see a button anywhere?
Sure. Give me a perception if you don't mind.
Like a button or a control box or anything like that?
Looking for a button or control box.
Well,
With
my thoughts.
20. Dirty
This is
20.
probably what they want blowed up, right?
I would suspect so.
And there's
Well-
2 that are low, right? Or is it 1?
I will say,
Two.
they were saying that there was parts to like construction parts that were difficult to reproduce that were being used to build that node. This is something else. I mean, obviously, having 40 potential enemies on the street, not great. But
And they
wasn't
did want those
necessarily-
destroyed, or they just wanted them not to have them.
They wanted them not to happen. It was an asset denial kind of situation. But again, unloading a train while it moves with tons of gears, tough. Back to Osnith's check. You do see a button. It's tough, but you can see it like kind of on the side of the wall there. There's a nice big red button to that side. There's also, you see cabling going from there, kind of, and like seeing it now around the perimeter, kind of that are feeding into these pods.
There does appear to be an activator in there, apparently which accesses all the pods.
All right. Now we're getting somewhere. So
As he says this, Kuza's gonna go over to the other low floating one and see if she can stick her face in that window and see if it's exactly what she saw in the other one.
Yep, it's grease covered as well. So is Merrick's cloak gonna get a? I'm sorry, ×2. Yep, there it is.
But it's already dirty.
Yeah,
Does not bother to look. Yeah.
yeah.
Did you use the red side or the black side?
red side.
The red is on the outside right now, isn't it? What's the red side?
Perfect. Yep, that's nice. Heap of coating of grease on it. And you look into there, and there's these very large, extremely large boxes. Like probably each one is probably like at least 8 by 8 by 8. Like they are huge, and they are stacked. There's 3 rows of these, and with some like walkway space in between. But they are stacked this way, and they're damn near stacked to the ceiling. You're not even sure how these poor goblin bastards got them in, because it is an impressive level of neatness and just like how they're arranged.
Does she see any buttons or any like you mentioned that the other coffin-shaped things were things were kind of like on a something that was there. I don't know. They were seated on top of, essentially.
Holding them
Does
in.
anything in here feel like it's seated, or do these just feel like boxes?
These seem like cargo boxes. There aren't any buttons as far as you can tell. Give me a perception if you don't mind.
I always forget where it is on this character sheet. Okay.
Perception.
There it is. Perception. Oof.
Okay. You do see cables, like not necessarily like raw cables, but what look like cable tracks all going towards like a center one. Does anyone here who has the knife?
Tob.
thought you left
I
it.
do, yeah.
Oh, you have
Okay.
it? Oh, sorry. My bad.
All right. Okay. Tob, I would say if you're still at the first one and being in that position, you would have felt it begin to vibrate and slightly heat up.
Oh, my pocket's happy.
Um,
What'd you do over there?
You shouldn't say that out loud.
but yeah, there seems to be like, at least 3 like rows of cabling going towards the center box, essentially.
Guys, there's a lot of there's some boxes over here, but it's some cabling or something. Something's running into something else. It's got big boxes, big old boxes.
Are they similar to the pods in this one?
Ah, they're different. It honestly kind of just looks like storage or something. Maybe these are the things they're hoping that we can offload.
Does it have an activator box with a button with the cables running out of it? Is that what you're talking about, cables?
Yes. I don't know. You should take a look.
Oh god. If you're taking a look, if you don't mind giving me another perception,
Sure.
the DC will be 20.
Okay.
And an idea is starting to form for Tob as well. So he's
22.
Do you want to finish your idea, man? I'll get back to this check.
Oh no, it depends on what Austin
okay,
sees
got it,
here
got
and
it,
reports back.
Yeah, the cabling here seems more direct, and compared to the other ones, the cabling just in general is bigger. To use technical terms, lower gauge probably. There is no center button around, and at the base of that box, it looks like there was some kind of tunneling to allow the cables to go into that particular crate.
Okay, I relay that.
Okay. Starting to have some inspiration for an idea. Though. We have this cabling going all over. We know we activated the things when we pushed the button last time. So, in my wee little green brain here, I'm thinking if we touch those buttons, it activates all the big nasties, right?
Would
So,
seem to be so.
what if we cut the wires there and hopefully maybe prevent the button from working any longer?
If we
Would-
cut the wires, are we gonna get electrocuted or something? I don't know how this works.
What's that?
Well, I mean, potentially I could use some acid or something to do that.
Ooh, even better. I don't have to chew through them like I was planning on.
You gonna use the tape?
Would
Or my magic happy dagger. One of the two.
I don't
Would an
like
engineering-
calling it that.
Am I an engineer? No one's ever accused me of being an engineer before.
Accused.
would an engineering check
Yes.
reveal whether that's a good idea or not?
Sure. Let's we'll shoot
That's
it
a
around.
sick idea.
Yep.
Well, Tom,
Oh no.
17.
All right. So, from an engineering perspective, it's difficult to say whether or not these. So, he's talking about it from a perspective of the button being disconnected. Those wires, probably on a minor level, you know, it doesn't take much to send a signal through a wire, right? The gauge of those wires is such that it's probably carrying current or something else on there. Disrupting that could, it would have to be a clean sever, and then if you are doing this, just to be clear, the floors on this are metal, so now you're dealing with current. So yeah, it's an idea. It's complicated, and you need to, build some things into it. With a 17, you might not know all the details, so I'm kind of being intentionally vague here. But yeah, like it could work, but there's a lot of legwork to go with it.
Could be a snap, crackle, pop party.
And you're invited.
Could be a viable idea, Tob. It could work. To be undone by the unforeseen is to suffer the disillusion of our most fundamental conceits, but
We better not be seen.
we exist in a nebulous web of existential freedom, so it's worth a shot.
I genuinely do not know what is wrong with you, Father.
I'm agreeing with you, Tob.
Well, just could have just said that in fewer words and kept your breath.
Well,
You have a very peculiar way of passing info along.
Breath ain't all it cracked up to be. Now, if we cut that wire, is that something that's going to trigger these robots?
unknown.
Team Green just stopped to turn that comment.
It's getting real sketchy all of a sudden.
Who here is just like oxygen, not for me?
Merrick, what's your passive perception, sir?
My passive perception?
No,
That's a
Think
number
that-
that's written somewhere.
I don't think it really.
My perception is plus 10.
Yeah.
Okay. In the midst of all of this and kind of watching your teammates who are crowding these relatively small windows, all of which cleaned by your cloak, you obviously have the chance to kind of turn around and look at the surroundings. And I imagine as someone in law enforcement, you'd constantly be checking your six. And doing so, you notice that there's a slight diminishing of sound in terms of yelling and stuff further away from where you are, closer towards the gate. And you notice an extremely large man, completely long black hair, huge, giant sword on his back, with what looks like circuitry kind of running through it. You've seen this man before at the bank previously with a dwarf and the orc with whom you've stolen all his goods from the bank. He seems to be having a chat with a guard. And you see the guard kind of pointing vaguely in your direction and his head kind of looking over towards that. And you're just kind of watching that conversation unfold.
We might want to move along.
To where?
We were going to pour acid on the cables.
Yeah, maybe not now. Somebody from the bank is here, and I don't know if they know who we are, but best not be
alright.
seen, if possible.
The doors to these cars are locked, right?
Yes, the doors all of those to those two specific carts are definitely locked. Yes.
Does there appear to be any way to pick the lock to open it somehow?
Yes, if you want to take a look at the locking mechanism, it is certainly strange in regards to like a typical tumbler setup, but it's pickable. Just the DC would be a bit higher to go through it.
Would they see where we went if we tried to disappear into the cars?
There's plenty of places to hide, especially in the one with the rows of coffins and stuff. And I guess
There are coffins.
It's just a bunch of dead people.
It's chock full of dead people.
It's a vampire train.
It is. There's probably space as well to hide in the other one. But yeah, you could. There's definitely room. These are big cars. These are freight cars, so they're huge. Let's see.
You said the locks were weird. Is there a keyhole of any kind though?
So it's one of those. You ever see those ones where it's a circular punch out and there's a circular thing that slides into it and you have to engage different tumblers at the same time to get it to turn. It's one of those.
I think so. Okay, gotcha. So there's no hole essentially.
No, it's like a ring that you have to pick. It's tough.
Some
You'd have to
goofy
have
shit,
multiple. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's doable. It's pickable. It's just not standard.
So we should either move along or see if we can attempt to get into one of these things and hide.
How long do you think it would take for your acid to melt through maybe the outside of one of these things?
Well, I mean, that is an option, I suppose. I'm also trained in thievery, so I don't know if that would help to...
Oh, yeah, try that. That sounds faster.
So I guess the question is, are you trying to burn a hole big enough to get someone through? Or are you trying to...
No, it doesn't need to be big enough to get... It just needs to be big enough for a fly, because I can turn into an insect. Get in that bitch.
Okay.
And hopefully unlock it from the inside.
Oh, okay.
Foos is on a mission tonight. She's talked about...
I'm gonna change forms! No.
Well, be a bug. I'm just gonna look down at my horse and at the rest of you
Oh, we got horses. That's right.
Blend in, act natural.
But we're the only ones in the yard with horses, right? So
and a dog.
That's why it's if we leave, it's let me just watch the only horsed people walk away. Oh my god! But yeah, I don't know. Do we want to leave? Would we have to do that?
For now, I think we keep blessing the train, just maybe away from these two.
Okay.
All right.
To answer your question about acid, a concentrated spot, just to get a fly-sized hole, if you will, somewhere, it wouldn't take the long. Honestly, doing it by the glass probably makes the most amount of sense because you could just burn right through it. You're not being any more obvious than you are now, and it's the thinnest material there. To go through the wood and the steel and whatever mystery metal they're using could take several minutes of applied acid, essentially.
But even if you got in and opened the door, we can't get our horses inside.
The horses would be difficult to navigate, yes.
Inside. No.
I mean, you might be probably honest. Doors are big because they had to get those things in. So, you could get a horse in. You wouldn't be able to hide it. Also, it would look really weird.
Oh, we're fine. We can leave. We can try to leave.
Yeah.
Could you imagine opening a door expecting to see a bunch of coffins and 3 horses and a dog turn around and face you?
You only see their asses because they can't turn around.
Yeah.
Just look back at you.
I mean, I don't think we should leave the whole train yard. I think we should just move down the train.
Yeah.
Away from the things they care the most about and just keep on blessing it.
Try and put the train between us and them.
Yeah.
I'm trying
Okay.
desperately to think of a way to get on this train while it's moving, and I haven't seen anything super helpful.
Like I said, there are railings at the top that are designed to sustain additional cargo, and as such, the top is also flat. So, getting on top of it, you literally have a place to hold on to.
Well, we could drop down on it. The problem is it goes 45 times horse speed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
just get blown right off the bitch.
It is. But yes,
We'll mosey off. I will try to mosey a little bit further away from the crew.
Okay.
I think if you did say some of the workers here appear to be Orcish, so I think she'll start talking in Orcish at one of them. Just be like, "Hey, all right, I just wanted to see how things were going over here. We're here to bless some of these pots or whatever." But she's just trying to be a little bit further from the team, not
sounds good.
Wildly.
All right, so you're breaking off. What else is everyone doing? Try to get some art on this guy.
Get some
here for
holy
you.
water on these other trains.
I'll bless the lock.
Bless the Lord.
These fall apart when we need it.
Oh my god. I fucking the lock is being blessed. Okay, so
Was it explained at any point how the brakes work? Are they engaged specifically at like the engine, or are there levers that like are there brakes along the whole train?
so they weren't explained to you. I don't think anyone specifically asked, and if they did, I apologize. I must have
No,
missed it.
I did. It
Yeah.
occurred to me I might have to ask now. That's
Okay, yeah, but they sound like they're like a device that's attached somewhere in the rear of the engine of the train. You did hear them say that they're inertial dampeners, so that.
But we
might
don't see them working on those at every car.
No, they seem primarily. Well, the brakes. See, all right, so just analyzing what was said, there is some kind of braking system that works up to a certain speed. After that speed, whatever additional brakes aren't engaging in a way to sufficiently slow them down. So,
Gotcha.
like once you get above a certain speed, you're kind of fucked, basically. Right now, as it is with that train. So, potentially the car equivalent of only having rear brakes. We get kind of spicy.
Yeah. It's like,
Either way, I'm gonna start moving down towards the less probably to get us caught
Okay.
cars,
So-
just towards the back of the train.
Yeah, no. All right. So we are trying a couple of things. So stealth is an option if that's what you're trying to do. And I'm talking about social stealth. So you're trying to like move between either machinery that's being moved or hanging out with a bunch of orcs, whatever that might be. Stealth in this kind of active situation. You could also try deception from like a point of like acting as if you're someone else in a specific situation that would be social, and you can kind of hide within that. And any other kooky idea you guys want to try, I will try to make the skill thing work for you. So you got Foos and Merrick doing some stuff. Tob, what were you doing? You were blessing some random things. You said the lock? You're blessing the lock?
Random things, the lock. He's,
lock.
he's
I
blessing it specifically. So the lock should make this thing fall apart or open when we need it to. He just sprinkles some water on it. And then when he's done there, he'll go and hit the second one, and then he'll whistle over for Pox and try to head towards the back as well. On the opposite side of the train. That's a good idea. Sometimes
so you're
Merrick
trying-
has those.
Good ideas. All right. Do you want to give me a stealth check then to kind of see how you blend in there?
Stealth.
let's go.
There we go.
Let's go.
Oh, you'll never find me.
I watched it bounce from the 20 to the 2. That hurt to watch.
Yeah. Anyone who's around Tob, he's not hard to find.
I like to imagine that we're on the other side of the train, and Pox decides that he's got like terrible itchies right then, and every time he's itching with his leg, Tob's big weapon that's on his back is just smacking against the side of the train.
the whole.
And then he's just leaving a trail because he's scratching himself.
Yeah.
It's just,
It's the trail of dander.
yeah.
Perfect. Yes, that's happening. Osnith, what were you up to?
I think it makes the most sense just to do basically what Merrick's doing as well. Just sort of continue moving along, pretending to keep blessing the thing.
Okay, excellent. Deception or stealth, depending on how you want to approach.
I'll do stealth.
Let's go.
22.
Excellent. All right, you are successfully stealthed. The DC is a 20, FYI.
Then I'm moving away from wherever Tob is.
Correct.
You're saying Cobb with a 4 didn't pass?
Tob, sadly, with a solid 4, did not pass.
Best work.
His best work. Merrick, can you give me a stealth roll or a deception, depending on how you are engaging this? Fucking beautiful. You are also succeeding. And last but not least, Foozca.
Blessings be upon you.
Oh, damn it! Oh, come on!
It's good.
Thank you! The D4 was rolled for me, Dennis.
I see that. I see that. You have passed. Okay, excellent. All
Thanks.
right. So as you guys are all kind of, slowly but surely making your way away from the threat, you do see again this giant man. I'm trying to get the damn artwork on the screen.
This
I don't know
giant
why.
man.
Oh,
This giant man.
is it in the actors tab?
It is, but it's only the token, and I was trying to.
You right click on the name, and then you should see some options, and then it should say show artwork.
Oh, look at that! Cool beans.
And then window pops up, and then there'll be a little spot at the top for show players.
Gotcha. All right, so let me just double check this. Is this the? Yep. View character artwork. Thank you. Oh, and now it's pulling the correct thing, but just there we go. All right, right click. This works. That'd be great. This music's banging. Character artwork.
It's
Here
good
we go.
hiding among the trains music.
Oh,
Oh
wow,
shit!
look at that fucking sword. Jesus.
Yeah.
Shit.
So he's kind of slowly but confidently walking towards Tob. There doesn't seem to be like an element of him needing to rush or anything, but it's definitely like a, I want to talk to you kind of pace.
He's definitely confident wearing that there outfit.
Yeah.
Just put on a belt, a boot, and some camp or some cape. He's good to go.
Good for me. Because this is his interview attire too.
Yeah. But he is just kind of steadily working. He'll be at you probably within like a minute or so. If you wanted to try something else, everyone else I imagine is stealthing unless they want to break out of that and try something else. But I will assume you were all doing your own stuff otherwise. But Tob, you have one more shot to avoid a potential conversation with this man.
Yeah, so after the brief itching sprint, Tob will look over his shoulder and see the guy and Pox, we gotta go, come on. Kind of gently nudge him in the side and see if he can go down a few more cars and I don't know, maybe like jump up on the side. Is there like a walkway platform around the sides, or is it like flat like a normal train car?
You're talking about the platform for like where the train tracks are, or like on the
actual car itself? Is there like a walkway around it, or is it just flat vertical box there?
Oh yeah, it's very much just a floating box. There's not a lot of walkway up. You'd walk through the cars essentially.
Is there anything he could get inside of on any of these cars? Like any open doors? If they're not obviously open, he's not going to worry about it. But...
if it's one of the ones further back, like the last four, you could absolutely get inside one of the cars.
Come on,
there's people
Pops, come on, get in here.
Okay. All right, so you hop in that car. Give me a stealth check if you don't mind, assuming that's the path you're going to.
Oh yeah, no, we'll be safe in here. Come on, Pox, get in here. Perfect. Nobody saw us.
There's a trail of dandruff going up into the car.
Yeah. It's like Pox's ass and tail just clearly hanging out.
Yeah,
just tail,
like a literal
naked tail just wagging.
That you can, like follow into it. Yeah. Okay, awesome. So you're hopped in there. I'm gonna leave it at this, like right here, because we're getting way past bladder break for poor Foos. So, you're okay. All right. Good for you. But
we're good to take a break.
I'm going to say we'll stop it here. That amazing stealth check, and we'll continue in 10 or so minutes.
I'm gonna round up a little bit and just say we'll be back at 11:20. So take 11 minutes, stretch your legs, grab a drink. We'll be back. Thanks for joining us and stuff. And God, I'm looking forward to what happens. Bye.
5.
There we go.
Means we're live. We're back.
We're live. Yeah.
Coming back to this awesome stealth roll. We are
Totally hidden.
yes, totally hidden.
Exactly what we are.
Definitely. Those of you who are around, I will say, Kuza, you're busy socializing, so I don't know if you're actively tracking this, but I would say
I would like to if I can, but also, like, she's more tracking the dude than she is like Tob actively hiding. So while she's talking to this orc, again in Orcish, hey, you see that big old scary guy, right? Do you know who that is? Because we're out here just blessing things, and I think he needs blessing. And Father can't bless nobody unless he knows their name. And I don't think we got it on the way in. Would you mind just illuminating me as to what this man's name might be?
that's Master Cool.
Are you sure?
Cool Koth.
Cool Koth? That's his whole name. I need the whole name. We need his whole God's given name so we can bless correctly.
Look, ma'am, I don't know. He was referred to as Cool Koth. Some people call him Koth.
Koth. Oh, all right. Well, I think maybe we can work with that. Do you know what he does around here? Besides look real scary, he's got a big old.
He's a kind of an enforcer, yeah.
All right. Yeah. So how? I think at this point she's trying to like see where he's going, and it doesn't seem to be in her direction. I guess. All right. So he just comes here and makes sure that you guys work real hard or whatever.
He's like not really comfortable talking about this. Do you want to give him a diplomacy check if you don't mind?
God.
Or society. You're an orc. Give me society too.
Is that worse?
Can I take diplomacy?
Yeah, either or. It's fine.
Society is absolutely worse. It's not good either way, but we'll try. Diplomacy. There we go. There you go.
Hey,
Oh, I
nice.
thought it was gonna hit the 1. It was so close.
Jesus. He like takes care of problems, you know. In our way.
Right, and I understand that you're trying not to be a problem right now, but talking to me is actually doing a very good thing. So I appreciate you, opening up with me. If you want, I can walk with you if that makes it any easier. If I could just trot alongside. We can keep this conversation going. And I could just,
I don't want to walk with you, but it's better than staying here and talking to you. So let's.
Right. We can walk. Let's walk a little bit. Let's walk and talk. just gonna trot
Why did you
next
bring
to
the
him.
horse here?
I brought a horse because we need to bless things as quickly as possible. We can't do it. These horses' legs move faster than our legs, and it just makes the process a little smoother. Hey, I have a question.
Blink.
What are you doing right now? Is he carrying anything?
No, he actually looks like he's an engineer. He's got like glasses on. He's got a vest, like a bunch of like pens and stuff in there.
Oh, I was hoping he wasn't smart. Okay.
And like a clipboard with like some like schematics basically. And he's like, I'm just trying to make sure the load's balanced so that when they go at speed, it doesn't detach or do anything horrible to the cars.
Right. I was noticing those. There's 2 over there that look a little lower than normal. Is that like dangerous or anything for the train as it goes or whatever? Because we were thinking of giving those extra blessings, you know what I'm saying? So that way, there's no trouble at any time.
I'm not a man of God or anything. I respect them, but
Right.
No offense to you and yours, but I don't think your blessings would change what's happening on those cars.
You never know, sir. You should give it a chance. Bribe blesses all. Is it Bri? Is it Bri? I forgot.
Bri.
Immediately. It's Bri? Okay, I said it right.
You actually got it right.
I panicked.
So he does. It's more of a power situation.
Oh, all right. I was hearing about the brakes, being a problem too. How do you think the brakes are going? Are they gonna get up in time and whatever? Are you part of that?
Are you planning on blessing the dampeners?
Planning on what? Blessing the dampeners? Oh, he said blessing. I didn't hear what the first word. And then I heard dampeners and I lost you for a second. We're gonna bless every bit of this train. You best believe.
Okay.
She's talking to this guy for a while. So if he's like advanced, please feel free to cut away from me. But she's just trying to get information.
Yeah. She's you're getting it, but like you're pulling teeth.
Sounds good.
But all right. So as that's happening, we'll get to Tob last. So, Merrick, what are you up to?
I'm just kind of walking the length of the train, and you said the dampeners are only at the front, which is not helpful to my burgeoning idea of how we do any of this. I'm looking around, like I'm heading toward the back. Basically, my thought was that I'm escorting Osnith as he goes to be the Padre Blessing, and I'm clearly just the guy he brings along to make sure everybody's safe as he goes from town to town. Because not everyone is so scrupulous that they wouldn't assault a man of the cloth, so he's got to have a guy. So that's my role. So I'm looking for trouble, but also just looking for anything and everything that would help us get onto a train and move in speed. Like, I am still looking for like the push cart thing with the handle, but also I have no idea how we would get it out of here. We're learning some stuff, but none of it's helping me get on a train.
I definitely volunteer for pushcart duty with Merrick because I feel like he'd push it down and it would just pull me up in the air.
You basically have to do like a muscle up to get it back down. God damn. All right. All right. So, as you are patrolling around, one thing that you do see, which is kind of interesting, is that there seem to be like these magnetic, like circular things that the goblins are using to kind of get onto the side of the train and actually like work with it. And it's easily strong enough to move it. You can see when they go to move it, they have to like twist it to deactivate it and then like move it somewhere else and twist it again. So there's some kind of like magnetic apparatus that they're using to stay onto the train. They don't really notice you because they're too busy like holding on and doing actual work. In this case, kind of like polishing it and like, you know, looking for any kind of imperfections on the surface to work on. That would be structurally an issue. There is a shed. Like if you look further back down, so this would be on the like opposite end of this like center. The railway comes from one side, and then there's a set of like tracks that veer off to the left into, I don't know what the term for this would be, but like a train hangar, I guess, where there's various cars, and amongst them is a smaller maintenance vehicle, which may or may not be push.
I mean, good to know, but also, we gotta hydrate. Thanks, Cookie. I also have no clue. Like, knowing it's there is one thing, but how would we get it out of this place? Then use it. I had that question. I don't know if that's been explained or not. The train can only hover over the track, right? Like it's like if it was to be pushed off to the side, it would just thunk into the earth very heavy.
Nope. The track, only thing the track does to keep it like in line so that it can, because you know there's no steering on a train, so they or like active steering for the most part. So what the train will hover regardless. This is just keeping it like on a path. And
so in theory, if you could knock it off the track, it would then just be hovering over.
It would just be floating wherever. Yeah.
Okay. Well, as much as I feel vindicated to know that there's a magnetic pushcart. That's super helpful. I'm gonna look around and see if I can see some of those like magnet things they're using to work on the train. And then I gotta figure out how I would smuggle those out of here, but
sure. Looking around, there's a kind of like a 6 foot by like 1.5 foot by 1 foot kind of long box. It seems to be like where a bunch of their gear is coming from. There's like tackle boxes and like little other kind of tool boxes and stuff in there. And there are like rows of these pads that are out there for people to like just kind of come up and use, more or less.
all right. I'm gonna have to ponder how I can get some of these out of here, but
Okay.
they seem like an ideal tool.
Excellent.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, like I said, everyone around you is currently working, so it's not it would not be hard for you to. There's people coming in and out of that area. You know, it wouldn't be tough to run up, grab some, and then do whatever you want with it afterwards. Food for thought. Did you anything else you wanted to check or do? Okay.
At the moment, just kind of keeping my head on a swivel while I ponder these options and ideas.
Some thieving. Osnith, what are you up to?
Well, I feel like we probably got a fair distance away from Tob and Pox as they were sort of bumbling around.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess Osnith was probably in the back behind the other two. If he like was a fair ways down the train and just thought to turn around and check on Tob, is there a chance that he could have seen them, like, or see Pox's ass sticking out of the car, or seen them
you'd see
up
the
in?
whole disaster. With like a 4 and a 10, like yeah, it's. You would see him, and you would see the very large 8-foot tall man coming like towards him. Essentially, you're watching this. It is the proverbial train wreck that you are seeing occur. But yes, you can see the poor. I'd imagine that Pox is probably not having a great time, like standing still, and he's just trying to like keep him in that area. But no, there's a literal trail of dandruff that leads all the way like straight to him.
Right. So I think Osnith would be like, well, we do not fear the proximity of our pursuer, but the disillusion of the fragile illusion that we were ever ahead to begin with. And he turns his horse around and starts trotting back. He's not going to leave Tob to the mercy of Conan the Barbarian there.
Okay, sounds good. All right, so my question to you, yeah, since you're seeing this from you can, and you're on a horse, you can run in to intercept him from even getting on the truck or the car, or you could come in behind.
I think I'd come in behind. I don't want to like go charging back and erase all doubt that something nefarious is happening. So just sort of coming into the scene to see if there's anything that needs to be helped.
Understood. Tob, you hear the thunking but confident footsteps of this man making his way into this train car. Just like a clunk, 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 turns into the doorway, which is huge, but he somehow takes up most of it. And you just hear like a hearty kind of manly chuckle kind of come out. Come out, little thief.
I'm a lot of things, but I'm no thief.
You hear a thumb, like a thum kind of go off, and a light ripple kind of come through. You instantly feel like elements of static, like your hair begins to stand up on end, what little you have, and the taste of ozone on your tongue before you begin to feel your dagger reverb like crazy on your leg.
So, it's really happy now.
Stop saying that!
To himself, not out loud. He's gonna say, "Oh yeah, there was that." It's just nonstop going?
It's enough to prove a point, basically. Like it's like it goes on for probably like 10, 15 seconds, and then he turns it off.
At this point, I think he would take it out of his pocket and slip it over to Pox, hopefully as like sleight of handy as he possibly can, and try to get Pox to bite it, like take it, hold it.
It can be an animal handling. You and Pox are real close. So the DC will be 15, but
and she just got another D4, by the way, from Insomnia.
Nature.
Insomnia.
Yeah, nature check.
Bless you.
Whoa, spirit. Oh yes.
No.
You know what? Of all the things, I'm a hero. It's gonna.
You're a hero. You're a hero.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go.
He's worked with Pox a long time. You know, they should have this down. So
Wow.
Nails it to the number. Okay. Well done. Yes, Pox, a little resistant at first, but then takes it and is kind of happily looking at you, like awaiting some kind of order almost.
just hide it. Don't let him see it.
You put it in his mouth, right?
Yes. So this is a goblin dog with a dagger in its mouth. Yes. If he comes
Is it, like,
looking for it, you
rattling in his
just
teeth?
run. Oh, I would have waited for it to stop. You know, if you let it go for like 10 or 15 seconds, it would just rattle the dog's head around. It's just chattering in there. We're here blessing trains. I don't have a thing. And come out with his little hands around the corner first, and then walk out.
And again, you see him kind of standing there, just patiently waiting.
You are a large man.
And you are a small thief.
No, I'm just blessing things. Like this here train, making sure it gets to where it's going.
Give me a deception roll.
I'm here with the other acolytes under Father Nietzsche, John
Nietzsche.
John Nietzsche.
Yeah. Holy shit, you're good at deception. Very nice.
Yeah.
Why would you be blessing a train? I don't. Give me the transceiver, and I will let you live.
Transceiver. That's one of them words that, like, it's not really in my vocabulary. That you'd have to talk to the father for that one.
I will get to him in due time.
Just to ask him about transceivers and whatnot, right?
He was wanted for something else.
For confusing people?
His talent.
It is a talent. It's a befuddling one, but it's a talent.
You are stalling.
Not really.
He takes like one solid step
This
forward.
dumbfounded look on his face.
Yeah. Give me the transceiver, and I will let you live.
Start emptying his pockets. I have a lot of things, but I don't have anything that I might rightly call a transceiver. I've got this little bangle thingy here, and I got this here, this dagger, this little thing. He just kind of tosses it. I think he pulled it off of somebody that died earlier on. Now these are my own, and he points out his special weapons and shield. This one's been with me a long time, and he's like petting it lovingly, and he just kind of throws down all of his stuff. Oh yeah, I got some of these left over. He pulls out a little bundle of fireworks. Are these what you're after?
He takes a step back, but as he does so, he pushes. You hear an audible click from the hilt of his sword, and more like you see actual electricity go through the currents of the circuitry, or currents through circuitry, and you hear.
You don't like fireworks. I got it. Just put them back. Jeez.
You hear what could only be described as metal clattering against teeth, as the dagger is now vibrating like crazy in Pox's mouth.
What in tarnation's all that racket? What did you do?
And Pox is coming out like, I don't know what's happening.
This is the equivalent of like those hand buzzers, but in Pox's mouth.
Pretty much, yeah. Yep. And he looks at you, looks at Pox. Look, do not want to kill you, especially not in the train. It will take the goblins hours to clean. I'm not interested in that. give me the transceiver. You'll be put under arrest. We'll deal with you later.
I still have no idea what you're talking about, but if I were a certain well-adjusted, greatly trained animal, I'd take the chance to go find Spirit. Say that like a command, as loud as you can.
All right.
I have no idea if Pox will follow this. This is completely up to you because he's not exactly the greatest trained. Kind of does his own thing.
And he's a little rattled.
Literally.
Yeah. All right. Give me. Oh boy. Pox loves you though. Does he? But does he know who Spirit is?
Probably not. He's not a smart animal.
All right. First and foremost, roll me an intelligence check. The DC will be 12 to see if he can ascertain who Spirit is.
Oh, for Pox. Yeah,
Pox,
this is all right. Yeah. That's a -4 to this.
Oh!
You're saying there's a chance.
Wait, you said it was a DC 12?
It's 12.
Kit just gave me a D4. Hold on, let me get you up there, my guy.
Oh,
You got that one that you needed.
Kit saves the day.
All right.
Thank you,
Kit
Kit.
does save the day. All right, so he knows
Thanks, Kit.
somehow who Spirit is. Now roll to see if he will obey you. So, oh boy, I guess nature, right?
Okay.
Go find. It's easy. Dogs, go get that. Go get this. Yeah, same deal. DC 12. Give me a nature check.
These are all things I'm not trained in, though.
I just. Yeah.
So, oh God.
I can't help
This is fair. This is perfect.
In his both haste and just willingness to serve, he immediately drops the weird dagger onto the floor and bolts out of the train car, looking indeed for Spirit. Osnith, you watch as Pox flies runs flying out of this thing as a happy dog with a mission kind of does. A happy goblin dog, of course.
There's a cloud of dander behind.
Exactly.
Looney Tunes style.
As it takes off. However, Cuff lets it go. Obviously, it's not a threat to him or has the dagger anymore. But he's now beginning to stride towards the dagger, but he has his sword held out towards you. Do not move as he goes to retrieve it.
It's a very big. Tob has no idea what this thing is, but big guy who's kind of threatening, who wants the thing, he feels like should maybe not have it.
From those of us watching ish, how far am I away from this?
You are walking and talking with an annoyed engineer.
Correct.
So you're probably at least a good 100 feet away from this, because they're inside the car now. So you'd have to get back to the car, go into it. Yeah,
Gotcha.
You're far. The only one who's close is Austin.
Okay, could I hear or see that Pox is bolted out though?
I mean, yeah. You
I don't know
probably
what direction
I mean,
he's
you're not
going in. So.
hearing it, but you said you were tracking him, so
Yeah,
you would have seen a dog fly out of the car. But yeah, there's just so much ambient noise here that hearing, tippy taps on metal is not happening.
I do have an important question. What's in this car?
Oh God.
Great question. There are various boxes, crates, wooden crates, kind of stacked somewhat neatly and further towards the back. It looks like they're trying to front load some weight, as far as you could tell. In regards to anything specific, you don't speak that language, so that there's that reoccurring like language that you've seen that you now know because it was told to you that it was, and it's Numerian. So you see Numerian writing on several of these boxes. What time is it in the day? They haven't loaded that yet. So yeah, it's pretty much just like a bunch of Numerian writing on boxes, essentially. Which is where you were hiding amongst those boxes, essentially.
But he took big dude took a step back when I pulled out the fireworks.
He did. Goblin with explosives, you know.
So Tob's thinking that he did that. Like they're little fireworks. They're nothing like really big or anything. At least I don't think they are. Top does know better, I guess. But he, I guess, as a last ditch effort, instead of trying to take this guy on just one-on-one, he has no idea if this will work. He drops his pile of fireworks there. And lacking any kind of lighter or tinder starter or anything, he's going to shoot his explosive dog slicer at the pile of fireworks and wish for something nice to happen.
Oh my gosh.
This is like Goblin. Pathfinder Goblin. They just do shit and hope it works, and sometimes it does, and other times they just explode. So.
Okay. Osnith, did you want to do anything before this happens? Like you've seen him walking, you haven't heard any like screams of death or like him swinging a sword or anything like that. There's clearly a conversation being had. The dog flies out.
Yeah.
Just want to give you an opportunity if you wanted it to do something before.
I'm imagining I just sort of come up. Is the train cars open? I can see.
Yeah, you can see it. The
there.
door's wide open. Yep.
And I can see what Tob's doing. I imagine I would just come up and wait to see what happens.
Okay, excellent. Have you
preparing to like grab Tob up onto the horse if necessary and take off.
Okay. Okay. Tob, can you give me a perception check real quick, right before you do? Just passive in terms of like you being aware of the situation. You're obviously looking this direction, I imagine. And go from there.
Yeah.
Okay. No, that's fine. It was a low DC. You do see Osnith, horse, on his horse, clearly visually engaged with what's happening here. Give me an attack roll for your explosive dog slicer.
Mm-hmm. Boop. And let's see. That's not it.
My goodness, this is. Hold on. Pardon me.
Where did it go? Sorry, 1 second.
No, you take your time.
I unequipped it on it. No, it's there.
There's no rush.
Mm-hmm.
See if this is the right one. This might not. No, that's striking. I see. There we go.
Ooh, nice.
All right.
28.
28 total.
Absolutely obliterates the shit out of these fireworks. So there is a double explosion that goes off. Obviously, the firing of this explosive weapon, which I imagine probably just sounds like a combination of an explosion and rent metal, as it probably doesn't have any rifling. It's just like smooth bore, crazy.
Yeah, it's essentially a 20-foot range increment.
Just kaboom goes off. The fireworks do what they do, and there's just random little explosions that kind of begin emanating from this area. Austin, you're getting quite the show as all these fireworks. Now, fireworks are designed to kind of go off in like an open space, so they are ricocheting all over the place. And when they do detonate, it's just explosions of light to the point where you're probably being blinded. So give me a fortitude saving throw to see if you are able to kind of like visualize your way out of this. as you the cough kind of puts his hand up, trying to block the cacophony of shit that's coming out here.
Okay.
Nice.
What did that?
Woo!
All right.
Oh, that's you. No, get out of here. No. Hey! Woo!
So you both avoid kind of being blinded by the fireworks, but it's a shitty situation. You're not seeing very well. I will say you are closer to the dagger, and if you want, we'll do a dexterity contest to kind of see who can act first. In terms of this, you're not in combat yet because you're both kind of focused on this item. But yeah, that's.
Nanners, I think you're a man of culture, and you've watched a movie called Secret of the Ooze.
Of course.
The scene.
Ninja Turtle. Let's go.
The scene at they're trying to keep the ooze away from the Foot Clan. This is what's coming into mind here. So, you said this is just a dexterity.
It's just his dexterity versus yours. So he's just gonna roll a normal one because he's just reacting. I'm actually rolling somewhat well. I'm
You
sorry.
always roll well.
Just straight dex is +2.
That's a lie. My first roll was 6.
Pew.
He's close. I don't know what you
He is closer, but the difference was 5.
Tob has just an ear-to-ear grin on his face at the absolute shit show of fireworks that's going on in this train car.
All right. So he's just going for the dagger. So we'll have it there. He's getting there first, unless you wanted to do anything. I'll give you like one action to do something to stop. You won't get to it, but you can do something to him if you want. And then we'll
Sneaky. I can use the item that I've had and I don't think I've used. I can use my bracelet of dashing to see if that helps at all.
Okay.
So it's up to you. One effect, it just gives me a passive. It's a +1 item bonus to acrobatics check. But the other thing is, I can activate it to give me a 10-foot status bonus to speed for 1 minute.
Holy shit. Yeah. 10 extra feet. You're right there. Slide of DM math I was not ready for.
RPGs is singing Firework by Katy Perry in the chat.
Oh god, I was not ready for that. Yeah, dude, that's awesome. I would say that item alone produced. All right, so I'm gonna treat both of these as successes. So you succeeded getting there, so did he, because he beat you there. We'll re-roll this and see what happens.
I'll look at him
Earns you
and
a
bite
number.
his hand when he goes to grab it.
Let's go.
I'll need an attack roll with the bite. God damn.
Dear.
I'm sorry.
No, nurse. Stop it.
Oh.
No! Oh, you're gonna just attack. You're just attacking.
Okay. Yeah. Let's see. What does he rocket? No, an 18 does miss, unfortunately. But
Bite his hand, but it doesn't break skin.
it does. Yeah. He's like,
I just look at him like,
Also, his forearm. Like, granted, you have a football hand, and like, dogs
Yeah.
have very bitey mouths, but it's a stretch even for you to get like a full-on bite. on
dude's
his
arm looked like it was as thick as my head. So
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much. But what I'll say is we'll end it here.
Yeah.
We'll roll initiative when we come back, and then go from there. But yeah, this is he's got his offhand is clutching the dagger, but you are biting him. So this will be great. Oh man, that was.
Oh no!
I'm so sorry, Joe. Poor Dirty's been rolling some like 8 all night. It's just,
it's making it fun.
yeah, no, it is.
Oh
This
my
is
god!
this is what happens with lube, though. This happens. So I think it's a goblin thing.
Honestly, well, no, I think Lube was worse. You were rolling 5s and below the whole. Like you couldn't even get close to the double digits. It was so bad.
That one was terrible. But no,
Yeah.
it's still fun. It makes for a weird ass situation. And
Yeah.
imagining what Osnath is seeing from the outside of this is just as amusing.
Yeah. Genuinely.
Fireworks. A dog comes flying out. Fireworks.
And then he's gonna roll up and he's gonna see Tob being lifted into the air by his teeth on dude's forearm, and zero clue as to what, why, who.
Was the guy wearing like bracers too?
Yeah, he's got braces.
On the
That makes
artwork, he
things
is, yeah.
Yeah.
White leather.
I should have taken the razor tooth goblin.
I like that explosions and fights are happening from my perspective, because when we left Merrick, he was going, all right, well, we obviously don't want to get caught leaving here, so how do I sneak these things out? Boom.
I tried. Damn dog gave me away.
Not
Twice.
just boom. It's
3
a
times.
It's a goblin cannon. Boom. Followed by pop. Pop, 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 pop.
Oh my god.
Accidentally, I think he's going to be known for the massive firework displays that happen. That was never a plan. Just
Yeah, that's not suspicious at all. More fireworks going off.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
No one's gonna connect the two.
No.
completely separate instances.
Oh, God,
Wait, I mean, don't a pair of goblins run or work at a fireworks stand?
Yeah, that was well. You got one, but
The Boom
messenger-
Brothers.
Yeah, the
Boom Brothers,
Yeah,
yes.
the Boom Brothers fireworks is where was where you're.
See, it's not so uncommon. Like,
Yeah.
pass. I'll just tell him I'm Grub Knob.
Just Tob cornered and is like, well, light these damn fireworks and then fight this man. Everything's going according to plan. I
Yeah.
love it.
I love you guys. My cheeks always hurt at the end of these sessions because I'm smiling like an idiot the whole time.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thanks for putting up with goblin
fuck
ridiculousness.
it, I love it. I love all of it. I love Pushcart Merrick, and the idea perhaps he's going to use that to escape, which is funny as fuck.
Cart Mary.
Get off!
Flee the scene.
The other end.
Father Osnath here.
Yeah. What a great disguise with the pastor thing, because the preacher, because we can now get into most places. That was sick. Good job.
It was very creative.
Oh, that was awesome.
I passed a lot of checks with that.
We did not get to see Mantis Foods though. I really wanted to see her get into one of the carts like that.
It's a good thing we didn't, because if we were all just loaded into the back of a cart and he made your dagger vibrate, we would have been like, oh, hey, what's up? Don't mind us. Oh, God, no, what a delight. Unfortunately, we won't be back for, I think, 2 weeks, because I will be gone next Friday, and then we have schedule conflict the Friday after that, so we'll be back on the 16th of May to finish this fantastic scene. Yeah. Okay, I do have someone for us to raid because I was doing good. Good job, me. Okay, so we're gonna go get to raided, and we'll be back in 2 weeks or 3 weeks technically because of this anyway. But this was wonderful. Thank you guys so much, Nanners. Thank you as
thanks,
always.
Nanners.
Thank you, Nanners.
Pleasure.
Super fun.
I'm so excited. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. But yeah, we're gonna go raid. The channel name is High Shelf Collective. So we're gonna go say hi to them. They're playing Pathfinder as well, and it looks like they're also in Foundry. I can see the little mouse indicators moving around the screen, and I'm already losing it, but that's just me. Let's go say hi and give them some love.
I forgot you hated that.
I can't. Anyway, we're good. Everyone have a good night. We'll
My
talk to you
sister is
later.
very specific about a few things.
Bye. I am.
See you, everybody.